chasing the night. Hotel rooms and city squares, champagne bottles, drum and snare. The sights and cities seem to fall away when you stay. Locked in love for a night or two, losing sleep just to get off you. Day to day you wanna stay out, you're chasing the light, holding on for life, fading the high, chasing the light, chasing the night, chasing the we're so far, but so far from close. It's so hard to find my destiny. Try not to drift apart, 'cause you'll be right back at the start. And I don't wanna keep on falling. I gotta stay recalling memories we've lost and found. Explain to me what it's all about.
When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you're lost, oh, I will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on.
ESL 1 Road to Rio is brought to you in part by Intel, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, and GGBet.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the ESL 1 Road to Rio. We are here in Europe for what is going to be a curious game. We have a team with a flawless record in FaZe Clan, 6-0, against a team with a full record, I guess you could say, in c0ntact Gaming, who haven't won a single game so far. My name is Hawker, joined by Dean. How are we doing, Dean?
I'm doing good. Not as good as FaZe are, of course, already having confirmed themselves the first spot in their group. So, as you said, yeah, being kind of on opposite ends of the group at this point, this matchup not really having any effects on anything that's going to happen. There is obviously 3 other games going on elsewhere, which are going to be deciding who's going to be getting that second place in the group. But yeah, we can still have a bit of fun with this one, of course, Hawka. As you said, Inferno here to kick things off. D2 then being the second map, and if needed, there is Nuke as the decider. So it could be certainly an exciting one, I think, here on Inferno, especially c0ntact can be a very capable team. They've picked up some good victories as of late. And FaZe, on the other hand, they've been a little bit shaky on it, dropping it to teams such as Copenhagen Flames and also losing against Nord, who haven't looked too fantastic lately. Grouping up on Banana, it's been a slow one so far.
Yeah, that's something we have noticed about c0ntact, is that whenever they're playing on their map picks, they normally do pretty well. They normally put up a good fight, but it's when they play their opponent's maps or maybe the third map deciders that they seem to struggle the most. In most of their losses, they've actually won their map choice. So on Inferno here, they'll hope to have a good chance as they execute onto this B site.
Yeah, with the smokes down, we'll actually keep those CTs out for the moment. A very quick flank going to be coming in. Ships is able to spot it, though, and take himself at least one. The issue is it's immediately then traded back. Esperanto, a little bit of a gamble pushing into the spawn right there. Finds himself a quick double headshot. And I was going to say, could now help Letney with dealing with that final player in construction, but instead he does move back. And we'll find that player towards Banana. A 2-on-1, the man advantage again being found for c0ntact. The timing there was just a little bit awkward for Otto. Eventually does peek back in, and yeah, now knowing exactly where Olaf is, they are actually finally given the room to get that bomb planted. But against Olaf, they do need to be careful. It could still be kind of difficult, but as I say that, tapping away on the Glock, Otto's going to have that final kill that they needed. And yeah, c0ntact, they get off to a good start. They're able to pick up the pistol here on Inferno for themselves, and as I said, this is the map that we're going to be looking at them definitely needing to take the victory here if they want any chance in the series.
I think it's fair to say that Esperanto really made that round for c0ntact with that play on the CT smoke, just getting both those kills. Basically turns the tides of the round entirely. It basically, I think, puts them in a position to win that one. So well played by Esperanto, and c0ntact definitely have some players capable of popping off. Another one of the European mixed teams, where we thought we might see some more of these European squads come through. And we are starting to see that with teams like c0ntact and Godsent, that there's more mixed nationality teams coming in. FaZe were obviously the pioneers in that aspect of the game. And speaking of FaZe, they've gone for the 4-spy here in the second round. Plenty of deagles and a scout in the hands of Brocky. Brocky? Brokey? I never know which one to say.
I've always gone with Brokey, but
yeah, Brokey sounds more correct to me. I don't know why.
I don't know. You shouldn't be asking an Irishman how you should pronounce anything.
That's true.
But yeah, c0ntact. c0ntact are going to be moving into B. As you said, just the pistols and the scout normally can be quite dangerous, especially in the hands of FaZe players. I was going to say going to be hard, though, for them to do anything with those smokes down. Ryan, though, does still manage to actually get a couple of kills, give them a chance now. Delay is massively, especially. You can see the bomb as of yet to be recovered. Ships gets a nice kill over that smoking towards the CT spawn, though. So with that, they should be looking pretty good. But there we go. Brokey on the scout instantly shuts me up. Otto's tagged up a bit as well. So for the deagle and the scout, that helps out massively. I am certainly a little bit afraid for c0ntact right now. Every time they get into B, this is the same as that previous round where they are just slowed down and they're just forced to keep taking fights. It does again go in their favor, but that's very worrying when they're going to be going up against full gun rounds in a little while.
Yeah, they haven't really been too comfortable in these early round wins, but they get them on the board. That's the main thing that matters. Again, the money is going to be basically fully invested here, but now this should be a chance for c0ntact to build up some cash. At the same time, FaZe, if they even get a couple of kills in this round, will be dropping rifles, because c0ntact only have full rifles in this round. They don't have any SMGs, so it would be costly if c0ntact also lost a couple of players in this round. Then you'd really start to see that economy not be too strong heading into the first gun round. But right now, FaZe are fully stacked on Banana, and it looks like c0ntact may have avoided them as they group up over on the A side of the map.
again, we always say this when you see a team on one of these ecos and they take the gamble stack. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out, but if they had moved towards B, there would have been a good chance. They might still actually be able to catch a couple players off guard a bit now as they move from the bottom of mid, taking their time for sure. But considering they didn't really invest anything, if they can just set themselves up afterwards for a few exits, that would be perfect. Okay, Esperanto peeking back down mid, does spot pretty much everyone from the CT side, and actually just calls in for his teammates to peek back in and help. And they do end up dealing with it, but when there was only $200 of investment there onto a flash for FaZe, I don't think they're really going to be be feeling too upset about the fact that they were still able to get 2 kills out of it.
Yeah, not too bad for them. Heading into this first gun round now, they're able to get the AWP straight into the hands of Brokey. And the rest of the team have rifles to work with. And if they do go on to win this round, c0ntact's money might be a question mark. I think it depends whether c0ntact get the bomb plant or not. If they get the bomb plant, they'll probably have a good amount of cash left behind. But here comes some early nades on Banana. This is a staple of Inferno. You always see these nades exchanged early as the teams jostle for map control. But it's c0ntact who have been given the Banana control at the start of this round.
Do take a small bit of damage for their troubles, but it is not the biggest of deals, as you said. At least being able to get this control around Banana is leaving them in a decent enough position. They didn't actually clear out the top of it exactly, so you can see still using a bit of utility. The Molotov and such going down on the sandbags, flush any CTs back, as their main goal for the moment is to go ahead and advance forward on towards mid, give themselves all of the options, really open up everywhere on the map as a possibility. Brokey, though, going to stick around on short. Does manage to find himself one with the up and then immediately falls back to support his teammate with that flash. You have, I believe, c0ntact ready to hold on long. The flash was a little bit preemptive, so he at least was given the room to get around to the smoke, but as the T's eventually do pop out on long, you see Emmy getting one, you see Ships then being able to catch that aggression in towards the apartments, and then Brokey's in so much trouble, pinned in the back of the bomb site with an up, getting double peaked. There was really nothing that he could do about that one. I think this might be done. It's the save already being called for. They've begun to back away, and understandably so.
Yeah, that's a rough one for FaZe. Even though the trades didn't look too bad to begin with, they end up losing control of everything. A couple of nice kills from Ships, who's been one of the players for c0ntact that's been a bit quieter than you might want. I think you want Ships to be one of the star players on this team. And so far in this tournament, he's not quite been hitting those heights, which I think is part of the problems that c0ntact have been having. But it's kind of hard to single out one player for c0ntact when they've lost every game so far. I think it's obvious that there's a bigger problem there. Not so far on Inferno, though. They've got a 4-0 lead against FaZe Clan. Coming out with a strong start, and we will have a pause come through here. This is a technical timeout taken by FaZe Clan. Apparently they're having some TeamSpeak issues very early into this game. Second time we've had TeamSpeak issues today, Dean.
Yeah, there was some loss in the previous matchup for Hard Legion, I believe it was. Going into the overtime, they had to get a new TeamSpeak server. They were given one by one of the admins. One of the admins was like, here, hop on this one, because you're having trouble. It was taking a while. But yeah, 4-0 for c0ntact. They're off to a really good start here on Inferno so far. Apparently we're still a little bit low on the volume. I'm not too sure about that, Hawkeye. There is a few people mentioning it. We tried to fix it in between games, but I don't know.
I feel like I've increased the game volume like 4 times today at this point.
Yeah, no matter how much more you put it up, it's apparently still too low.
Yeah.
Unless you have some sort of thing turning it down automatically when I'm speaking. Maybe do you have that Discord setting on?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because of course we are doing it from home. Hawk is in his home running the stream right now. I'm on Discord with him. And we had no issues yesterday. They all just started today out of nowhere. It was really weird.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It seems like there's a different issue every day that I'm trying to deal with, but I'm too much of a noob to deal with them. Like, in terms of technical issues, I feel like I'm basically a bit of a boomer. I'm going to be honest. I'm not good at computers. Hopefully FaZe are good at computers, though, Dean. It is their job.
They're good at computer games, anyway. We know that.
At the very least.
Slow start here on Inferno, but as we mentioned, the actual outcome of this game affects nothing. And I was thinking that would probably help FaZe, if I was being honest, like the pressure being completely taken off them. There's really nothing that they can lose, so they can make those plays. They can allow for their individuals to be a little bit more free, perhaps. c0ntact, on the other hand, if they could get this win, that'd at least be nice for them confidence-wise, and the result definitely on the board. But as we said, there's no room for them to move up. They're in 8th right now. It's not really going to be helping them out at all, even if they do get this victory. In this one, though, just a couple of saved rifles for FaZe. We're not really expecting a lot from them, but it is Rain and Nico. So who knows?
Definitely some very capable players on the FaZe side with the rifles in hand. Otto taking this fight with the AWP. A bit of a risky one, but he wins the battle up against Olofmeister. So a clean pick to kick things off here in round number 5. c0ntact looking to continue their early success here on the T side of Inferno. Right now, though, the bomb is back at T-Ram. If Emmy loses this fight, that could be an issue here. They don't want to lose the bomb, and you can see Emmy now, I think, realizing that, playing a bit safer. But FaZe just continue to hold back and wait to see what c0ntact are going to do.
They're eventually going to swing in towards Banana. That was a flash thrown in from Rain's teammate up towards the top of Banana, I believe, being Nico. Unfortunately, wasn't really able to get anything done with it, and at this point now at 3-on-5, one of the rifles going down in a position as well where they're not really able to retrieve it. c0ntact, I believe, realizing that there is a chance that rifle could still be over towards B, have made what is probably the correct decision, but they still have to deal with a couple of deagles here as they move forward. Cold already getting one, but he's pinned in on Graveyard, and I mean, with a name like that, it kind of does... It does spell out the fate for you at that point of the player. That was just nasty. Otto, I don't even know what to say to that. It looked like he should have went down, but nah. Flicks over the headshot as well. Slightly overkill, man. Chill.
Yeah, calm it down, Otto. If he starts doing that in gun rounds, then I'll be really impressed. Against the pistols, it's like, yeah, nice shot. Good job. See if he can keep it up, because Brocky's got the AWP on the CT side as well. Heading into round number 6, FaZe Clan still searching for their first round win here on Inferno. We were saying that c0ntact really need to win this map. Well, it's looking good for them so far with an early lead.
Yeah, a little bit of damage, at least, to get into this round for FaZe, but we've seen that before. c0ntact most of the time here are being allowed to actually challenge up Banana, get themselves that control quite easily, apart from that previous round where FaZe did try and actually fight aggressively. In this one, though, they do stack 3 over on B in the beginning. So that's a little bit of a switch up from them. Normally, when you put 3 towards B, obviously, you will go a little bit more aggressive. You'll try and take the control around the bottom, at least get an op or someone jumping around that wall at the top so that you can, at that point, actually rotate someone back over to A. But that's not what they're doing. So it is going to be just leaving coldzera and Olaf to hold down this A side of the map, where c0ntact already have prepared pretty much all of their players to move forward. They are beginning to actually push through Banana, though, so this will begin to find info.
Now, will FaZe be able to rotate over to the A site in time, though? Because it's 2 players pushing Banana. One of their other players is now rotating over to A, all the way through Library. And because c0ntact are taking so much time here, the flank could very well come through. Nico's about to line up 2 players. Spray from behind, good onto both men. Now c0ntact have got to quickly take control of this A bomb site, but there are plenty of players waiting for them. Olaf takes the first fight, and even though the bomb is planted, c0ntact are pretty much trapped here on short on the bomb site. And I feel like FaZe are very aware of that. They've got a player in pit, they've got players in all these positions, so they just have to focus on the site itself, where Emmy may be about to take some contact. Nico coming out from the apartment, so this Molotov will clear out another corner of the site, and finally Olaf pulls the trigger. Nico able to trade his teammate, and FaZe do a good job there at just staying fully in control of that retake.
Oh, okay, yeah, they're going to get Nico on it. Rain did have time, though, right? Because he was on it before the music started going, but
better safe than
either
sorry,
way, Nico with the kit. Yeah, better safe than sorry. It's all good. They knew they 100% had time with the kit. They looked a little bit delayed between the swap, though, and it was making me worry a tiny bit. It was kind of like, hello? We could just get on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, FaZe, as you said, they are able to overcome that retake. They weren't phased by the fact that c0ntact were already up 5-0. They will begin to try and actually pull back the CT side now on Inferno. Really, though, if they want to be coming out with a CT side they can be happy with, they don't really want to be dropping any more than just 1 round over to c0ntact, because once they hit 6, they do start to feel kind of comfortable. Obviously, not against a team like FaZe, especially also when you do have such a strong start, they're going to want to add a lot more. But for FaZe to get a CT side that they say, yeah, that was actually a really good CT side, they want to be coming up to around 9, at least, you would say. Again, looking like it is going to be a bit of a quicker A play from the T side because they've been restricted from this banana control. This time, though, FaZe, they do go more aggressive with it. They get this information a lot earlier on. But as I say that, c0ntact have already begun to move forward around on long towards that A side of the map. They're going to be setting up this wrap on towards the A bomb site most likely. But they've left the bomb behind for now.
Now, see how that comes into play, because there have been some pushes down Banana. I think that's what Emmy's watching for in this round, but doing it with the bomb could definitely be a question mark. No push on Banana this time for FaZe, though. They've only got one man there, so it's up to the fights over A long. And Esperanto wins the first one. Now they can push into CT spawn. coldzera's ready for it, though. He gets another kill in reply, and Esperanto caught with his knife out. Finally, Emmy finds the refrag, but he's alone with the bomb, and he needs that kill. Great shot from Emmy. That's a fight he had to win because he was alone with the bomb there, but he gets the instant kill and leaves it all in the hands of Brocky.
Who is not going to have a good time. Yeah, Ship's just creeping through the apartment, spots him lurking around there. The goal obviously being to save the op. If he could have done so, it would have helped him out quite a bit. He can't really be afforded. If he had lived as well, he could have dropped the rifle over to Olaf, and then at that point everyone else could have bossed it. It would have actually been on a pretty good buy. But it wasn't allowed. It is only pistols now for FaZe into this round. They got one. They immediately had c0ntact just bounce back with another round win themselves. And c0ntact are looking fairly good here, but FaZe, they're not having a good time, really. And I mean, I gave a little bit of a warning in the beginning that this map has been a little bit iffy for FaZe. They lost it to Copenhagen Flames. They lost it to Nord, who I said haven't been that impressive. And they lost it very convincingly to Fnatic, which is a little bit less surprising. Fnatic are, of course, a very solid team. But that's a good opening. Nico and a Deagle. Name a better duo, and indeed, getting a kill over towards Banana. He is immediately allowed to fall back off, and they do have a man advantage. Unfortunately, no weapon's going to be retrieved from it. c0ntact, they can get rid of that rifle and just ensure it won't be picked up anytime soon. So they are still in a pretty decent position. Yeah, throwing away that AK right there. Going to be the op in the hands of Esperanto now.
Smokes exchanged on the B-bomb site. Still a couple of smokes left for FaZe, if they want to try and run down the clock with those. Third player rotated over to the B side of the map for FaZe clan. Again, whenever FaZe have these sorts of rounds, it feels to me like they always just go for the full Deags, because they know they can land their headshots. They know they're very capable of putting the pressure on their opponents with just the pistols. c0ntact respecting it. They're going for a full B execute here, but Broky, quick shot onto the man, jumping. Broky makes it 2 kills. They can't cross to the site safely, but a second smoke for CT should allow them to get the bomb. They're being very cautious here, though, on the c0ntact side, and there's a big gap in that CT smoke. That's something they're going to have to be aware of.
More like there's a bit of smoke on the gap.
Pretty much.
That was, you can see everything around it. Yeah, the bomb does get retrieved, so it's going to be planted. But good work by Broky, bringing it into a position now where the rest of his teammates do have a chance to move in. They have a smoke, they have the 3 Deagles, and with Esperanto especially being low right now, this is still incredibly winnable for them. Broky in towards the spawn, though, as he tries to peek in to maybe find a little bit more, has been tagged down extremely low. coldzera though rips the head of Ships off, and Esperanto screwed. He's just pinned in the back corner. There was absolutely zero that he could do right there, if we were being honest. He needed to hit an incredibly quick op shot, then somehow get back into cover. And at that point, the other 2 players would have been pushing him down, and he would have just likely gotten pincered in on. So not a lot that could have been done. But yeah, Broky, his double kill around that smoke right there, actually been able to delay the bomb plant for so long. That was massive.
Yeah, that was a brilliant round from Broky there with the Deag. He was so quick on the kills as well. That's what impresses me the most. He's landing those headshots even while pulling the trigger very, very quickly. Especially on that last kill. He basically didn't give the opponent a chance to react. And now that FaZe have won that round with the Desert Eagles, c0ntact's money is pretty much fully invested into this round. So this is FaZe's chance to get themselves in control here on their CT side, to start to build some momentum if they can win this round. And it all comes off the back of just winning with those pistols. So that just shows how winning one of those rounds can really change things, as coldzera sits behind the smoke, double spray down, and he stops c0ntact in their tracks, with Brocky also getting a kill on the hold.
Yeah, that works. That's a good way to pick it up. coldzera finding 2 through the smoke. Broky even shutting down the attempted apartments control as well from c0ntact. We will eventually see Nico fall in there. Being caught still aggressive around Banana. The smoke, though, that has been put down, unfortunately going to stop them from really being able to advance forward for the moment, especially as they are still separated. I mean, the bomb is alone right now with Emmy. They have the other player in with Otto, of course, being over towards the apartments. He was waiting to, I guess, see if anyone was trying to aggress around this area, and well, he's still trying to probe around mid, but the issue is his teammate is just going to be dropped. Did Rain go through that smoke? Unfortunately, we are stuck on auto director for this game.
I think it was.
I miss you, Jakey and Zarks.
I think we got to see it was Emmy trying to just make a play on B, and
Was
Emmy
it?
pushed through the smoke, and just Rain was waiting.
I only seen it on the radar, so I just presumed that wasn't what happened because it didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Bit of a weird one. Oh, we should probably switch to Otto right now, who's trying to save. Auto Director's having other ideas, though.
Yeah, we are part-time observers during this one as well, since we don't have one, sadly.
Absolutely.
Hawk
been
is
pretty
a
good so
producer, an observer, and a caster. He's just incredible.
And some might say I'm not good at any of them. Oh,
There's always haters. Oh, Otto gets one. See, he should be able to save, just because you don't imagine anyone else on FaZe tries to hunt him. The only player who's kind of close enough was Olaf, and he decides, nah, I'm not going to go for that. Even though he has a bit of money, he just wants to keep the AK, and obviously they've only now gotten their 3rd round back. Ideally, they don't really want to be dropping any more rounds, but if they were to, they want to make sure they have that economy in the reserve to be able to buy back in straight away. Because if they were putting an eco at that point, they'd be giving away way too much to c0ntact. Again, for anyone who may have just joined us recently, because we've like doubled in viewers since the map itself started, there's not really anything on the line here because FaZe have already confirmed themselves that first spot in the group, and c0ntact, on the other hand, have been yet to win a series.
yeah, that is something that's on the line, Dean. c0ntact's pride is on the line. If they want to get one win in this group at the very least. And it would be nice for them to get this win against FaZe Clan especially. Even if it is under strange circumstances, I guess. Brocky again has picked up the AWP in this round. Letney has taken a nade to the face, down to 15 health. Those nades, when you don't have Kevlar especially, are pretty deadly sometimes. This round, though, obviously, mainly just down to Otto, who saved that AWP. He's, I think, just waiting to see if players are going to peek him, but FaZe are playing this nice and safe. They know that the AWP was saved, so they can just cautiously sit back on the bomb sites and force c0ntact to make the plays here.
Yeah, and that's not what you want with an op on the T side of Inferno. A lot of teams won't even bother pulling the op out on the T side of Inferno unless they are against a team that plays fairly aggressive, which FaZe are not going to be doing when they know that the op is probably the only weapon that they have in play. Of course, with it being saved, with then only pistols being afforded on a couple of players even. So yeah, you can see how passive they actually are playing. Just even playing off of the B bomb site, they're both in towards the spawn. Instead, Rain will try and take a bit of contact. Obviously, then they have the boost up from Nico as well. Rain actually gonna go around the edge of the smoke. Okay, having an easy time so far, finds himself the ace. I was gonna say that was a risky play, but he shut me up real quick.
Just did not look like a challenge whatsoever for Rain there. Absolutely mows them down. I think he got a couple through the smoke to start with, and then just mops up the rest of the team. And Otto, sadly, doesn't have much money after previously saving the AWP. So he's stuck on a Galil this round without a helmet as well. FaZe have got the double AWP setup rolling of their own, though. Nico, currently the secondary AWPer in this round. He's using his sniper on Banana, where c0ntact are going to be pushing. The boost was being assembled, but the Molotov forces them away. So Nico's AWP doesn't get the chance to pull the trigger just yet. Throws that nade, though. That does a lot of damage.
Yeah, onto Esperanto. One of the more impactful, well, potentially most impactful players for sure for c0ntact when he's showing up. So that's going to make things a little bit more complicated for him. As I said, not going to have the op out now. Not really by choice. I'm sure they would have gone for it if they could have, but being very limited after losing that previous round there. Rather, after ecoing in that previous round, still not really having everything they could have wanted. Brokey, he's going to find one coming out mid. If they try and hunt him down, they will have no idea that the apartments right now is just completely stacked up. You have coldzera still waiting. Close Shifts eventually comes in to see if he can find that player who is backing away. Haven't heard the footsteps, but not allowed to do so. Brokey, oh, actually misses, gets the deagle out now. And there we go, eventually puts Otto down. That's really the only way to put it. That's exactly what that was. The bomb does get planted for c0ntact, but now they're in a 2-on-4 after plant. That really, FaZe should not be losing on this retake. They have plenty of nades, they have kits on everyone. The only real risk, I guess, is having that double up setup. It can complicate things a small bit.
Yeah, hopefully those nades will maybe get them some fights, though. If they molly Pit, for example, Letney will be forced into the open, and that's where the AWPs can just hold it down. But Letney, with a quick kill onto the first player, he's forced out into the open, though, and Letney eventually hunted down. So it's up to Esperanto in the mini pit. They've got to be aware that this is a likely position. Esperanto only good for the one kill. Rain defends his teammate who was on the defuse. And yeah, a very interesting hold from FaZe there, having 3 players stacked in the apartments. I almost wonder whether they're experimenting a bit in some of these rounds, seeing what works for them. But hey, they got some kills in the apartments, and they set themselves up for that retake pretty nicely, so fair play to them.
Yeah, that round was a little crazy. Honestly, I don't know how Brokey managed to win out that fight up in the apartments against Otto. It was a mad prolonged one, and he ended up getting it with the Deagle. It was kind of crazy, but yeah, FaZe, they're beginning to recover this CT side back into a relatively decent position now. They should be tying it up, obviously, with the half investment from c0ntact, as was pointed out. So I'm not expecting a lot in this round, but we've already seen what the Deagles are capable of. So if c0ntact are able to even get a couple of kills here, keep the economy in a low position for FaZe, and then give them the chance to try and bounce back here on their next gun round, I think that kind of is their main goal. Obviously, a bomb plant would be nice as well. They've been loving the A-bomb site so far.
Yeah, other than the first couple of rounds, where in the pistol round, for example, c0ntact were going for those B plays, that was basically it so far.
They were
c0ntact.
struggling on towards B. Even on those rounds, they won. I mean, they weren't even landing the CT smokes.
That's true. Maybe that's why they're not going back to the B site. They seem to have some A smokes though, so that's good. A couple of smokes being deployed over the top here. One of them gonna land at A long, although there's a Molotov which will force them forwards. And wow, great shot from Ships onto Brocky. That could be the opening into this round.
Well, it is the opening into the round. The question is, can they capitalize on it? Can they manage to actually get the round win potentially off the back of it? And that's not too bad. A trade on towards c0ntact, and with Olaf being 2 health right now in the pit, he is in a lot of trouble. We'll at least be able to confirm 1 more kill for FaZe before he does go down, but it's given over the man advantage. It's given c0ntact this bomb site, and very likely the bomb plant indeed, which will go down. And honestly, I thought Emmy was going to have that shot, but no, that's an issue. The op now is being dropped in the pit. It's only the Deagles that remain. They line up for Esperanto, and he just spams away. Very precise Deagle spams. You love to see it.
That pops them both.
They only had a few players upgrading Kevlar alongside the pistols, and FaZe somehow end up dropping that one. They're reinvesting all of their money now into this round. If they end up losing this round, at that point, c0ntact are going to be getting a 9th pretty much for free, and then it'll just be FaZe really trying to fight back into 6. So this round is so crucial for them.
A lot on the line in this very round for FaZe Clan. If they want to get themselves a decent CT half together, they can really do with winning this one. Nades again used on Banana, but c0ntact are aware of that. They're not taking too much damage from the early utility, although that deep smoke has forced them away from that position. So FaZe Clan are going to get some Banana control pretty free here. Obviously, they've used some nades to do so, but I think they'll be pretty happy with that outcome. Elsewhere, c0ntact trying to take some map control of their own into the apartments. But here we go, Rain running down Banana will push up into that position.
They're not actually going to keep anyone aggressive over towards B. Getting the bit of control, I guess more so limiting the control for c0ntact. They're like, okay, that's good enough. We're going to play a little bit more passively. What is more surprising to me now is that they haven't just put the one player there, maybe jump peeking for info to be able to at least get a warning if the keys come back to get that control. To give them the ability to stack a little bit over towards the A side of the map. Where, again, we've pointed out c0ntact have been putting most of their focus, and that does look to be the case in this round as well. They've already got 3 players in the apartments, 2 of them grouping up on mid right now. And one small issue is the fact that c0ntact is the only man who's really pushed out. If we see c0ntact try and take it in towards long, they could definitely challenge c0ntact together. But they're likely just going to smoke it off for now, with most of the players being in the apartments. Oh, but the flank now eventually coming down Banana. They need to go quicker. They're going to be completely caught off guard from behind. Yeah, look at the time as well. Nico, that is not the first time we've seen this exact scenario where he runs down Banana, has 2 free kills for himself, and this one is just crumbled for c0ntact. Absolutely torn apart. The only casualty for FaZe is c0ntact in the end. As I said, over on long on his own, it's a bit of a risky position. But at 6-7, FaZe have gone ahead and bounced back immediately off the back of losing up against the pistols, and have given themselves still the opportunity to try and close out the half with a lead at least.
Yeah, c0ntact might be getting PTSD from these Banana flanks if that keeps on happening, because yeah, Nico's done that now a couple of times in this game. Got to be aware of that. I wouldn't be surprised if they're constantly watching their back now if they set up those A plays, because when Nico gets 2 kills like that from behind, it just really puts you on the wrong foot straight away. Nice nades at top Banana though. Nico won't be flanking Banana this round because the nade stack has taken him out of the round.
That's a little bit awkward. Again, given an opportunity over to c0ntact early on in these rounds where they do have the weaker investment. It's been giving them a few openings, and they actually are going to bring it towards the B bomb site for once. A little bit of a change up. The opening headshot from Esperanto. Will they expect another player in the back of the bomb site? Apparently not. c0ntact pops out, but is only able to get the one, which is not going to be enough. FaZe, again, looking like they're going to drop around versus a much weaker investment. This time, at least, there was a few rifles in play for c0ntact. But FaZe, they need all of these. As I said, they were trying to claw this back up to 9, and slowly but surely over these past few c0ntact, at least have been able to grind out another few for themselves. They brought it up to 8 now. They have themselves a position where they've at least confirmed the lead as they head over to that CT side. With these weapons at least being carried over for FaZe, we should see them being able to get a relatively strong buyout. We'll see a couple drops Rain can buy for himself. But c0ntact are still in with the opportunity to even bring it up to 9.
Definitely in with a shout right now. Really good shots from Esperanto as well. Or I should just say, I think it was just the one shot because it was the nade kill he got in the first place. But that entry onto B made a big difference. And then c0ntact was relying on getting multiple kills from the back of the bomb site, which didn't come his way. So an 8th round for c0ntact. They will be taking the lead at the half. Might be able to get a 9th round here as well, though, as both teams buy into the last round on the first half of Inferno. Otto's got the AWP out again. We haven't seen too much from Otto with the AWP so far. He's landed a couple of shots. We'll see if that's about to change here in round 50.
Ooh. They wanted to go real quick on that control over towards Banana. They actually got slowed down by, I believe it was a Molotov initially. Tried to then force the player out of the corner, but Nico was here to help out Rain, and he just gets an instant double spray down. Small bit of team damage there being done. Oh, Ships trying to creep out a balcony. Actually does get Olaf somehow. It looked more likely that he was going to be able to find c0ntact over on long, but not the other way around instead. Nico now has been able to find the bomb. All right, Otto gets the wall bang. That actually lets him get onto the bomb site now. Brokey, he was beginning to rotate over to the CT spawn, but I think at this point just wants to try and join up with c0ntact. They're going to look to try and come in together, knowing that it is very likely they can see the bomb plant at least. But they don't really care about that. With it being the final round of the half, all they need to do is win this one, bring themselves up to 7. And Otto right now is looking towards Banana, spotted by the jump peek right there, but he's going to continue to peek and aggressively actually hits the leg shot on the first, and with the Tech 9, he does finish off c0ntact, but unfortunately being swarmed by both of them, there wasn't really much else that he could do. Brokey was ready for the trade, so 7 for FaZe. They kind of had a shaky CT side. Obviously a very poor start in the beginning, going down 5-0, had a good recovery overall, but because it was 5-0 at one point for c0ntact, they get another few rounds. They managed to grind out 3 throughout the rest of the half, and now they're in a fantastic position going onto their CT side. Will they be able to continue with that now going into the second half is the question. Who knows? We are, of course, just going to have to wait and see, guys. We're going to be sending it over to a quick break.
No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. All you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. It's been a road less traveled. All alone. Feeling my body leveled. On my own. I can just feel it. No way to stop it. The sounds of the music. So through my bones. I can just taste it. No need to fight it. 'Cause I'm out here staying. It's last in my soul. 'Cause lightning and thunderstorms are never stopping me before. This night is never over, not until I leave the floor. So much passion, baby, I can never get enough. So don't you try and stop me, dance until the sun comes up. It's been a road less traveled. All alone. Feeling my body leveled. On my own. I think I'm up in heaven. 'Cause you were hell. I gave back my freedom. Made me well. I can just feel it.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the road to Rio. c0ntact with a very slight lead right now. 8-7 from the first half. Let's see if they can keep it going into their CT side of Inferno.
Yeah, that's the worry here. FaZe, when they're on the T side as well, obviously they can be a little bit more free with themselves, and in general, towards the end of that previous half, it was certainly FaZe who had picked up and begun to kind of shift momentum in their favor. So it's a little bit worrying here. Right now, FaZe as well, they are going to be focused over towards Banana, where for the moment, we're only seeing one contact player. Ships is actually playing passive over towards this side of the map as well. Taking the initial contact from the CT spawn, did spot one player, but because it's so early in the round, they haven't decided to shift this stack at all off of the A bomb site. So as FaZe go forward, they are going to only have that one player to contest, and even then, he's been blocked off in towards construction for now by the smoke, by the Molotovs as well that were going over. So we're likely just going to see this bomb going down, and then it being a 5-on-5 retake.
And even with the defuse kit, that's a difficult position for c0ntact to be in. They've got an incendiary as well as a smoke, so they have some pieces of utility which could help them here. And they're going to need to make the most of them as they start this retake. Smoke going down for Banana. Brocky taking this fight with the Glock. He's struggling, but he finally gets the kill he was looking for. That Molotov has landed, but the time is still ticking here. And the kills are not coming for c0ntact. They just can't land the shots. Finally, Emmy gets one back, but they've got to get on the bomb right now. And Brocky keeps on fragging into a 2v2, but the time is so low. Letney instantly taken out of the round, and coldzera is going in. Oh, no knife kill. Olaf trades it out with the Glock, and everyone goes up in flames with the bomb, but it's FaZe who win the round.
Yeah, I like the attempt from coldzera there in the end to go for the knife, though. As you had said, the round was already won for them. The time was well too gone. Wasn't able to get it, unfortunately. Would have been a nice boost in economy, and also a little bit of a tilter for c0ntact. You weren't there the last day. I think it was me and Mitch, was it, when Kenny managed to knife Esperanto in the game of c0ntact versus G2?
Yeah, I think that was Mitch. I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was a crazy one. Kenny was just hiding in the corner. They all walked out onto the A-bomb site on Mirage, and he snuck past a bunch of people and just knifed Esperanto while he was planting the bomb.
Wow.
Even though he could have knifed others. It was a little bit tilted, I would have said. But into this one, c0ntact obviously have gone for the force buy. They weren't successful in being... sorry, FaZe, when they went for their force buy in the previous half, weren't successful in being able to pick up this force buy. So c0ntact, they're looking to be able to do so. If they can, of course, they'd regain control. It'd probably be even a little bit better for them because FaZe would be stuck down to the 1400 loss bonus then going into the next round. But FaZe, they know that. They've gone for a pretty safe buy for themselves. A couple UMPs, a couple AKs, and then one MP7, giving them the ability to have overall good weaponry and a decent amount of nades behind it as well.
Lots of time for FaZe if they want to use it, but they've got a fair few players close to the B-bomb site, so I'm sure if they get a kill, they'll think about committing to this. Smoke goes down into CT, but the counter utility has done decent damage. Rocky in particular taking the brunt of the nades, down to 28 health. Now FaZe are having second thoughts about that B play. They've got the banana control, so they can stick a couple of players in that position, but the time is ticking here for FaZe Clan. 33 seconds now for them to make up their minds.
Yeah, and I mean, they don't have a lot of info about the exact positioning of c0ntact. That was a risky one from Esperanto to be playing up close in that mid-smoke. I don't know what exactly he was expecting to find from it. Has two players still in towards the bomb site itself, and Letney, doing what he can, was able to find a double on the MP9. Unfortunately, not much else, and it didn't quite manage to delay enough either to be able to actually stop that bomb from being planted. So, as it does go down, despite it being a 2-on-3, not the worst position ever for c0ntact, without a kit, with only the Deagles and the Kevlar, and knowing, of course, that they're going to be on a full eco now in this following round, they do immediately have to just call for that save to come in. I feel like it was a weird choice for Esperanto to be pushed up in the mid-smoke while his two teammates are hiding on the bomb site. Unless they were trying to bait out that he was alone on A, so that the other two players on the actual bomb site itself could catch him off guard. But instead, it was Esperanto who just didn't have any chance to really be helped out by teammates. He falls, and instead of having 3 players to defend the bomb site itself, it's only 2.
Yeah, and even then, it nearly works for them with only the 2 players, right? If they'd have had a third there, c0ntact probably would have been traded out.
They had one in the pit, because then they would have had to have actually worried about an extra angle. Instead, as they were moving up, they were all just looking at the bomb site. It was easy enough for them to just be focused on one angle rather than being caught between a crossfire.
Yeah, absolutely. And even though c0ntact was only focused on the bomb site, it was still not easy for him to get both those kills. He did well to control that spray onto both players, get the double kill onto the site, and that's all FaZe needed at that point. After already having the opening pick on A previously, they win the round. Pistols for c0ntact into this next one. So FaZe Clan now into the lead, starting to really build in this game. Double nades at the top of Banana, not quite connecting. Emmy was making sure to sit back so he wouldn't take that nade damage. And again, FaZe taking some fairly easy Banana control.
Yeah, not really being contested, as you'd expect. c0ntact, unless they all just wanted to wait around the top and then swing in maybe with a flash or something, I guess that would have been the only way they'd really try and challenge that area, but FaZe, they went towards it. They were able to get themselves up very early on, with so much time as well. Obviously, that means they don't have to be committing to B, and that clearly isn't their goal for the moment. The bomb was all the way back on ramp. And they may still look to try and actually push out around brackets and get themselves a little bit of control. And yeah, that does seem to be kind of the aim here for Rain and c0ntact. It'll limit really any information at all from being found for c0ntact. It'll keep the possibilities open for FaZe to really move towards either bomb site. And just kind of keep that in the mind as well of c0ntact. And yeah, as soon as they show that presence around mid, it actually does pull Esperanto back around towards A. So now they're only going to be dealing with Emmy and Chips on B.
Smoke for CT, but there is a player up on the flower pot, I believe. Yeah, Emmy's letting them go here. Finally pulls the trigger, and he's staying up on this position. They don't know he's here. He keeps on firing off. The full reload has come through until finally someone shoots at Emmy. He gets away with 2 kills, but the rest of his team couldn't do too much on the bomb site. So even with Emmy's best efforts, the remaining 2 c0ntact players don't have much of a chance here.
No, overall, decent damage, though. I mean, not too bad considering they only had a few pistols really to work with in this round. Obviously, the bit they were able to carry over, but now moving into the next one, they will actually be back onto the full buy. The issue is FaZe have got themselves into the lead. Being on the T side, sure, it's obviously not the most comfortable lead, but against a team like c0ntact, they can do of course, put as massive underdogs in this one, you're not really going to be expecting it to be too much more trouble from them from now on. You feel like for FaZe, once they get their momentum here on the P side going, that it should be really difficult for Contact to stop. But then again, I don't really want to say that, because we did just have Hard Legion absolutely slapping Navi about. So who knows?
We've had quite a few upsets throughout the road to Rio, so can't count any teams out at any point. Rocky in that round got 2 kills, even though he only did 22 damage. So that's nice for him. Into this one, though. Letney's got himself an AUG. There is an AWP in the hands of Otto and one in the hands of Brokey on the T side. So both teams picking up AWPs into this first gun round. See who can get the better of that battle if it comes through. So far, though, pretty safe start to the round for both teams. Banana control being gathered, and Otto lands that shot. Second time he lands it again. Olaf doesn't even get to see an opponent in this round. He just gets spammed through the wall with 2 excellent shots.
Oh, that's just... I don't know. That's just unfortunate for Olaf. He's going to be a little bit angry about that one, maybe. Being down into the 4-on-5 already kind of forced them to make some decisions to see if they could pull back kills, or at least for coldzera that was the case. He decided to go out through the long smoke, and being completely blinded, I believe, as he came out of it, ends up being just an easy frag for that player up close. Esperanto bringing it into the 5-on-3, and with it being that position, FaZe Clan have immediately called to bring it back over towards B. Unfortunately, that smoke goes down at pretty much the perfect time to go ahead and delay them for at least a few more seconds, and with that, they've made the decision to bring Esperanto over to B.
That might be the dagger in this round for FaZe Clan's chances. Having 3 players to deal with as they move into the B-bomb site won't be easy. Nico, the man, currently looking for the entry kills. Oh, he gets that first and the follow-up. Nico taking heads as he enters the B-bomb site, and Esperanto's rotate isn't relevant because he's stuck behind the CT smoke, so he can't assist on the hold on the site. Now Nico gets an AWP into his hands because he's low on health, and a 3v3 post-plant with Nico going for more. A 3rd kill on the round for Nico. He's made all the difference, but Esperanto's position is a very sneaky one. Nico is definitely a dead man, but Rain is just waiting behind triple box, playing it patiently, forcing Contact to make the play, and Rain eventually gets the headshot he was looking for. It's all on Letney, and the time is against him at this point. Rocky gets the headshot, and FaZe pick up the round thanks to some great entry work from Nico.
Yeah, God, being able to pull that one back, it looked like, as you said, it was set up perfectly with the 3 players. It should have been a bit too much for FaZe to deal with, but the smokes being down, it was able to give them a little bit of room to isolate the fights. Nico just went huge, and Contact lose a round that they very much needed if they wanted to start building their way back into this game once again here early on the CT side. It's been 4 now in a row for FaZe since kicking off the second half. They likely will be getting a 5th off the back of that one, as well as Contact are only able to spend that spare money. A positive being, of course, at this point, full loss bonus going into the next round, but even then, at that point, it will be 12-8 most likely for FaZe, and Contact will really be feeling the pressure. Again, though, not a lot on the line from this game. Contact are already down there in 8th place. They've yet to get a series win. FaZe are up there in first, having not dropped a single one. Even if they do end up losing this, it doesn't affect their placement. They're still going to be getting that first seed. So it's one for Contact where it doesn't make that big of a deal, but you said it would be a nice victory. It'd just be nice to have.
Yeah, you want at least 1 win on the board.
Against a team like FaZe as well, you can be like, yeah, the other matches as well, you also pointed out that most of them, they were being able to win maps and such, and keeping some of them quite close. If they can get that win versus FaZe, they'd be like, okay, yeah, we had some tough games, we performed okay, let's just make sure we do better next time. But right now, anyway, FaZe making it look a little bit easier so far throughout this T side. Opening kill, I like the idea. They put auto boosted up so that he can maybe catch someone off guard, but you've seen FaZe just use all their utility as they move forward, including those flashes.
That looked like a pretty specific lineup with that smoke drop by Letney. I think there may have been a gap on the left side for him to try and work with. It's not going to matter, though, because FaZe Clan aren't committing to the A-bomb site. They're going all the way back to Banana, where Ships is solo holding B with a Deagle. He's got 1 flashbang, which might slow FaZe down slightly, but the rotate is so far away. Ships, though, with this smoke down here, it's actually helpful, but coldzera just shoots him through the smoke. That's just rude.
It could have been helpful. Yeah, no. Rude, yeah, that's a good way to put it. Unlucky for Ships just chilling on the other side of the smoke. That was really the best chance that he would have had to catch a few people off guard coming through the smoke. Just deny it, and having Kevlar on Letney and Esperanto, I guess, makes it a worthwhile save just to boost up their own buy slightly in this next round. It doesn't make a big deal if they actually were to go down, so they are going to be kind of hanging around in the spawn, hoping someone will try and exit this way. But already having full control of Banana means FaZe don't have to. They know that they have more to give away in this round than they have to gain by actually going after these final players, so it's not really something they want to commit towards too heavily.
A couple of players at mid, so maybe c0ntact could spot those players if they wanted to peek. But they decide not to go for it. FaZe able to build up some bank off the back of that round win with so many players surviving. And here comes the buy for c0ntact, but at this point, with them being 12-8 down, it really is a much-needed round for them. AWP in the hands of Otto again. Esperanto with the silenced M4, while the rest of the team have the unsilenced version at their disposal in this round. So far, banana control has been pretty easy for FaZe, but this time there's a 3-man B stack from c0ntact, so they're looking to fight for this banana control, and oh, Brocky just gets one straight through the smoke.
Yeah, and Rain being able to find an opening as well as just giving them this A bomb site pretty much. It's all going to be on one man to defend. Letney in the pit is able to get one, but coldzera dropping out from above is just a bit too much for him to deal with. It's going to be the A bomb site already gone. c0ntact having been forced to call for the save within just moments of the round having begun. It just all spiraled out of control for them. This is a little bit heartbreaking for c0ntact after they had such a great start here on this map as well. And obviously, with D2 coming up next, that's where I expect them to really struggle. This time, FaZe do want to hunt. Obviously, with the weapons in the hands of c0ntact, taking them away would destroy any sort of investment in the following round for them. If they were to save both of the weapons, they could have dropped over and actually had a decent enough full buy in the next round. No longer a possibility, though. It's only Esperanto who actually can possibly save, which I think he should be able to. coldzera moving in, but unless... Okay, Esperanto's sticking around, so maybe just a small chance. But no, he actually gets to kill himself. So, yeah, the AK carried over in the end. A decent recovery, but around it, I'm not sure what exactly they're really going to be able to afford.
Yeah, FaZe have been on the up and up as this game has gone on. c0ntact have been on the way down. And in this round, they are pretty down with the buy they have. 4 Deegs and then the 1 AK in the hands of Esperanto. Esperanto's been playing pretty well. He's landed some nice shots. So let's see what he's going to offer us up in this round. A couple of nades on Banana doing little damage to Olaf, who is the one man for FaZe taking control of this position, while the rest of the team look at top mid. And as it stands, top mid has been left wide open by c0ntact. They're playing passively back on the A-bomb site.
Yeah, once this wrap comes in, it's going to be so difficult to deal with. Yeah, not even going to spot it initially. Otto, what the hell? Gets 2 of them! My Deagle would not reset that quickly. Rain hits him with a nice shot, but it was Otto who hit him with the nice shot, if you know what I mean. Olaf Meister does manage to recover a small bit there by getting Letney, but there's still one more player on this bomb site they need to deal with, and it is the AK of Esperanto. Pops out for the double spray down, spins around to get Nico, and there it is. c0ntact, they get another round on the board eventually, but it is off the back of some absolutely heroic plays from 2 of those players. So is this something that they can rely on consistently?
Yeah, I love how Esperanto played that, just sneakily on the bomb site in that position, waiting for his opportunity. FaZe overlooked that position, and it's a double AWP setup now for c0ntact after that round win. Esperanto taking the secondary AWP for the team. Yeah, he's definitely been the main standout performer so far for c0ntact, and Esperanto gets another kill at the start of this round. Unfortunately, Brocky already got the opening pick for FaZe, and Letney gets an AWP straight into his hands off the back of the nade. So the double AWP setup continues for c0ntact.
Yeah, it's an interesting setup. Not one you see as common as some other maps here on the CT side of Inferno, but it is also viable. They do have, at the moment, one of them being entrusted as the sole B defender, so that certainly allows for a little bit of a gamble here, which is needed when they are in the 4-on-4. Give Emmy around long, just kind of holding off to make sure that that wrap won't be a possibility again from FaZe. Yeah, a minute and 5 seconds remaining, so it's not like the T's are rushed into making this decision. But as you see Nico trading out the op for a rifle there, it does seem like they've kind of come to the conclusion of where they want to end this. They are going to bring it over towards A, and that's just as Emmy rotates back over to B as well. So it looks like they have made the correct decision.
I think they'll be hoping so, or at least assuming so at this point. They are committing to this A bomb site, so here we go. Letney with the AWP from Hit gets 1 kill before Nico trades, and those flash assists come through on both frags. Nico and c0ntact with 2 entries onto the bomb site. And now that they've got the bomb planted, again, these retakes are so difficult on Inferno. c0ntact have had some tough times on this A site. Even when they're getting some trades, it's never really enough to keep them in the round. And again, they're going to have to save off the back of losing the A bomb site.
This is looking like it could be, yeah. I mean, at least they can drop for this next round. But if they lose the following one at that point, then obviously it is going to be FaZe already up on 15 and leaving c0ntact on a very weak investment into what could be the final round to try and keep themselves in the matchup. So this is potentially their last full gun round. Because they're shooting Olaf, knifing them as well. It doesn't make a difference. They were all good anyway. Olaf's just been kind of chilling this game. He really hasn't had to do as much as everyone else. He's 8-13 right now, but as you can see with the score going quite convincingly for FaZe, it hasn't really been much of a necessity for him to step up. You have Rain, c0ntact, and Brokey all playing quite well. Nico up on 20 kills right now as well. Esperanto, he is the top fragger on the server, to be fair, with 24. He doesn't really have his teammates helping him out quite as much, though. Yeah, I've seen a much more top-heavy scoreboard for c0ntact. I'm seeing the save, game, and spam. That was the only decision they can make in that position. Let's be real, Haka. With the money that they had on 2 of those players as well, allowing them to drop, it gives them the full gun round here. If those players died, then they maybe would have only had a couple of rifles.
Yeah, I'm sure Twitch chat, if they were playing matchmaking, they'd have just gone for it and not had money in this round. Because let's be real, they'd have lost. No faith in you guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, it wouldn't have been very likely to win that retake. It's definitely the right call. Keeping themselves with a bye into this next round. They do need to start winning rounds at this point, though. There's not much more room for saving when you're 14-9 behind. Smoke from Esperanto. Some, okay, awkward nades on Banana. He throws a Molotov right into his teammate's back. Eventually the nade will follow, but only a bit of damage done to Olaf. And yeah, this has been the general theme at the start of the round for FaZe. Olaf will just fight for banana control while the rest of the players look for some action at A, and they're going to go straight out through the apartments.
Yeah, very quickly. Otto was full-on blinded. He actually did hit the leg on towards Rain. I'm not sure if he hit that while blind or before, but either way, the main issue is that he goes down. His teammates are not able to find much either. The trades, again, are going to go in favor of FaZe Clan. They wipe up the A bomb site defense and get the bomb planted. This time, the 2 players for c0ntact are a lot closer. They're not straight away back on that B bomb site just trying to save. So you would imagine that they are going to try and move in for this one at least, but it's still not going to be easy. If they lose this, a weak buy in the following round, the fight to keep themselves in it, and as soon as you see Brokey being able to take down Emmy, the save has to be called for Ships, and I think they were already kind of beginning to back away at that point. I think they had decided, yeah, we need to save these 2 weapons. Emmy begun to jump back over towards mid and just got caught by the op, so that's a bit unfortunate. They will at least be able to save over to 1 up. No way anyone on FaZe can reach him at this point, so he will be good.
The AWP saved at the very least, but the game is not looking good for c0ntact right now on their map pick. They came out pretty strong at the start of this game, but it's all fallen apart for them here on their CT side. FaZe have been able to exploit especially that A site with some fast plays, some fast trades. The flashbangs in that round were especially good. Otto got caught very close range with the AWP, like you were saying. Not a position that he would have been too happy with. And now FaZe just need 1 more round to claim victory here on the first map of this series. Again, these nades on Banana for c0ntact. FaZe have done a really solid job at generally just avoiding these nades early. Olaf there takes a bit of damage, but you're okay with that. And now FaZe use a couple of nades of their own, and they take away banana control, just like that.
Yeah, as you said, beating out the nades so that they were ready then to get that control real quick, not really giving the room for c0ntact to try and actually approach themselves. What you hope for with those nades is that you'll be able to keep the T's off Banana for a while and then normally try and follow up, but nah, c0ntact playing actually quite passive on B. It is just going to be the straight-up commitment. All 5 players were around there for the T side. Nico's actually gotten himself a team kill. That could give a chance back to c0ntact. See Esperanto trying to play through and see if he could find one to pull it back down to the 3-on-3, but no, not allowed. Nico, through the smoke there, is going to be able to finish him off, and it's looking like this is it here on map number 1, unfortunately. Letny and Otto are left to try and save the day. We've seen the saves before. Obviously, it's not an option this time.
Absolutely not. Letny's moving on in. He goes down, and Otto is sitting on Banana. He really has got to get a move on if he wants to win, which is not looking likely at this point. Otto will try his best, but his best isn't going to be enough on this occasion. FaZe are about to take this map 16-9. Otto trying to pad some stats. Oh no, the knife! It's a swarm of players, and it's a stab in the back. FaZe clan take it 16-9 with a nice little knife at the end there for style points. Let's see how they do over on Dust 2. That's their map pick. They've got a really good chance at taking this 2-0 now, Dean.
I nearly had a seizure with a camera spin, and shout out Auto Director for being fantastic.
It's rough. I had to take
We miss
over
our
the
observers.
Yeah, well, we will be observing a second map in this series. Dust 2, Dean, coming up soon. We'll see how that one plays out after the break.
So through my bones, I can just taste it. No need to fight it, 'cause I'm not your
Two boxes to get by Nico. That was a god! Go to hit on the ramp though. He knows he's there.
Son intelligence de jeu, même quand il avait 6-7 ans, c'était assez incroyable.
Donc au début, on était meilleur que lui.
Je pense c'est à partir de ses 14 ou 15 ans qu'il a commencé à être meilleur.
Au début, quand il perdait, c'était un très mauvais perdant. Hein.
Oui, je me souviens très bien qu'il cassait beaucoup de souris.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Last year, we took 2 lucky winners on a trip to Berlin and gave them the experience of a lifetime. This year, we can take you for a trip to Rio. Take part in a series of GG.bet contests for a chance to win awesome prizes and a trip to Rio. See details on the website.
Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night and never day. Even when I wash the floor, the dust still comes. Keep on hunting for the bread. No matter how lost, need no light, no spark. I'm in line mode. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm, far from calm. I know you feel me, brother. Seems like I can't get away from the hot sun. Always night, it's never day. Even when I watch the floor, the dust will come. Keep on hunting for the prey. No matter how lost, need no light, no spark. I'm in line mode. With my eyes closed, I can see in the dark. I'm a quiet storm, far from calm. I know you feel me, brother. Look into your eyes, I see the colors of your soul, and I recognize every single line, every single roadblock. We are two hearts that beat in time. In the towers, looking down all night, blocking out the sun that we need. Maybe we can change our stripes and colors. You're the only one I see. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. And I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. Sleep through the sunrise. Into my past and I count the numbers of the dreams that I left behind. I don't even care now that I've discovered a new kind of peace of mind. Up above us, looking down on us, there's an angel I know. We don't need to worry or discuss much. It's time for me to hit the road. I take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night. Sleep through the sunrise. Sunrise, 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 sunrise. stay up all night. It'll take it all or nothing at all. Driving through the night till I'm at your door. Go outside, stay up all night, sleep through the sunrise. Pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. It's just I never thought you were sitting next to me. I don't understand. It's just I never seen you smile. You wanna make out, give me a second.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the ESL 1 Road to Rio. First map in the books in favor of FaZe Clan, and here on Dust 2, they're going to start with a good old B rush, Dean.
Yeah, keeping it simple, that is the goal anyway. They had dinked up Letney quite early on. It's unfortunately going to be separated then on the push out, delaying that trade somewhat on towards ships, but they do still manage to overcome him. With that now, should be able to get on towards the bomb site and get the bomb down. The smoke in place is certainly going to delay those players from the door being able to do too much. But all three of these CTs at least have already set themselves up outside B right now, so they are going to be waiting. The bomb only now being put down by c0ntact. But it will be uncontested for now, so it is going to have to be the retake. And for the moment, they don't have a kit in their possession. There is the smoke thrown in towards tunnels, which could in theory help them out, but for the moment, FaZe, they don't have anyone in the tunnels. They're all just ready to try and hold this one. Nico being the first point of contact after c0ntact goes down, just tapping away with that USP. Unfortunately, not being able to get the final kill, but I was going to say has done enough, and in the end, he did. But it got a little bit closer. Brokey had to come out in the one-on-one on top to go ahead and actually claim that pistol for FaZe, but they do it. They managed to get off to a good start here on Dust 2, and hopefully won't let it kind of slip away as much as they did back on Inferno at one point. But they go down 5-0 before being able to get anything on the board, so it's certainly a much better start.
Yeah, it feels like they're a bit more warmed up now after that Inferno game's out the way. They've got off to a good start here on Dust 2. Otto, I've seen land some nice shots with the Scout in the past. He was also using the Scout in warm-up, so we'll see what he can do with it here in the second round, as there is the force by c0ntact, and a well-timed push from Ships nets him an AK as a reward for his aggression. That's a really, really good start to the round, because FaZe only have one more AK left, and now without the B tunnels control, c0ntact have got a hefty stack on this A side of the map.
Yeah, they're in pretty good positions. How many of them? I think a couple of them are still down in the spawn though, so yeah, unfortunately for those two, it's going to be difficult to actually contribute. The smokes weren't put in place, so that definitely did give a little bit of a chance, but so far, it is FaZe managing to win out these trades, and it continues in that favor as well. There is Rain is going to be able to drop Letney. A good bit of damage though has been done, so you certainly can't count out Ships with the AK, nor Otto with that Scout. And speaking of Ships, he's already creeped out towards the ramp right now. Finds actually a double kill for himself. Just cleans it all up. Ships is insane. A quad with that retrieved AK, or rather 3 with a retrieved AK. Of course, the initial one to steal it away, but fantastic. c0ntact, they managed to bounce back. They lose the pistol, sure, but they come out with the force buy and leave FaZe in an even more difficult position now. Of course, where they're only going to be getting 1,400 to actually afford whatever sort of force buy they want to bring into this round. Obviously, the bomb plant helped them quite a lot. It doesn't give them enough for the buy, but it would give them enough if they want to take the 1 eco here to actually be able to buy in the following.
Here I am trying to talk up Otto's ability with the Scout, and he didn't even need to use it in that round, because Ships just got all those kills at the end there. A quad kill on the round for Ships, and not much in the way of investment from FaZe, as you were saying. Rain's got the AK, but c0ntact with the full rifles, a good chance to build after the second round win, and FaZe, again, they got off that slow start on Inferno. If they lose this, we could see a slow start here on Dust 2 as well. Esperanto fighting, takes 2 kills before he's traded, but that's another rifle recovered by FaZe Clan. Oh, instantly put to use as well.
Yeah, giving them yet another. It's going to be an AK in the hands of Rain, an AK for Brokey, the M4 for Nico, and suddenly it's a 3-on-3 that FaZe do have a good opportunity to actually compete in, despite only having the 1 hero AK bought up initially. Rain trying to challenge on towards A. For the moment, though, you do see just that 1 player in towards Goose being Emmy. He doesn't really want to give any openings to the bomb site. If he was to go down, they instantly would lose A at that point. So playing passive, waiting to see what's going to happen. And, of course, we know what's happening. Right now, FaZe, they are grouping up. They're bringing it back around towards Long. But with that as well, obviously, it's going to give a little bit of a little bit of time for the CTs to react. They do have Ships up close on mid who can come over and help. And with only 1 smoke being available right now in the hands of Brokey, that's not going to cover off that cross perfectly.
Yeah, something FaZe have to be aware of. They may just not use their nades. If they continue to creep up onto the bomb site without being spotted, they can close the distance here. Oh, the timing is terrible for Ships. He gets caught with no clue that the players are already pushed up through A long. And just like that, 2 kills for FaZe Clan, and the round should be done and dusted. Rocky and Rain both with double kills. And even though Letney's sneaking into CT spawn, he's not really trying to win the round at this point. Just a bit of unfortunate timing there, especially for Ships. As he moved position, he just gets caught. And, well, FaZe fire right back with a round win of their own.
Yeah, not wanting to actually let any control slip away from themselves, and they've done so, as we pointed out, without even actually going for the force buy. It was just one hero rifle being brought out on Rain. That allowed for them to go ahead and, of course, find a couple of kills, but it was Brokey as well with that retrieve rifle being able to get themselves another one in towards middle at that point, bringing it to the 3-on-3, and as they move towards the A bomb site, encountering really no further resistance that was able to actually put up any sort of a fight against them. So yeah, it's going to be 2-1 for FaZe. They reclaim the control now for themselves. You can see, obviously, that does put c0ntact into a pretty awkward spot, where now they're the ones who get the 1400. And without the possibility, of course, like FaZe had of having a bomb plant down to get the boost in money, they do just come in for the force buy with what they can. It's Letney, obviously, with the one save the rifle. Other than that, though, just a couple deagles, a scout, and an MP9. So it is not a fantastic one. It's an opportunity for FaZe to try and get a lead going early on the T side, but I believe that was a nade right there that just absolutely destroyed both coldzera and Nico over towards long as they were going for that control. And they've also pretty much given up the rest of the map. Letney has found themselves a good bit of info now just by pushing into tunnels.
Yeah, he's not going to go any further. He's going to stick around in the tunnels, but just the information, like you said, is pretty important.
Unfortunately, that's the one rifle. It'd be really handy if that was the MP9 player, for example.
Well, Letney is now rotating away from B after hearing some nades on the A side of the map. So he might get into play with the AK if FaZe commit to this A long aggression, which looks like the most likely outcome right now. Nico, being down below half health, decides to take the AWP, and Brokey lining up another smoke. So FaZe are committing to this A site, and they're going to have to overcome this A stack.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be an easy task by any means. Once they close in this distance, for the moment, the smoke is kind of keeping the vision away from them either, so they don't know exactly what to expect on the other side of this bomb site. And Emmy's actually going to be the first one to force the contact, takes the beacon towards the ramp, drops the bomb, and gives them an advantage on FaZe, who are still just kind of prolonging this push forward. It has taken so long for them to find any ground at all. coldzera does what he can, as does Nico. Actually, there's a small bit of damage there with the wall bang, I believe. Unfortunately, not really anything substantial, and is now left with 8 seconds with 13 health and an impossible round to win. He just, at this point, has to save the up over. c0ntact fought straight back in with their own force buy, and neither of these teams wanting to give up control early on. It's going to be a very scrappy start indeed. You imagine also that we are going to see another buy here. It's not going to be bad for FaZe. Olaf has loads of money. Nico can drop a rifle. coldzera was the only one who was low on money, so he's going to be the one that gets given that rifle, and they're right back in with another gun round. Oh, and it's actually c0ntact who overall have the worst weaponry.
Yeah, that's, again, just how this game has been going so far. Yeah, both teams having to have weaknesses, but a bit of a surprise that it's c0ntact that overall do have the weaker weapons. Only 2 premium rifles for them on the CT side. Let's see if that ends up costing them. FaZe have got the ability here to try and regain the lead, and then from that point, hopefully they can actually close out the follow-up round, because both teams have struggled to do that so far. Nice nade onto Brokey, but Ships goes too far into the open. Nico was waiting in the wings with the AK. He gets a kill, and they're pulling the trigger here onto the B bomb site. Team damage done by Letney. Oh no, he thought he was getting flanked from mid. It was his teammate trying to help him out, but he gave him a rude welcome to the B bomb site, and surely this has got to be a save now.
Yeah, it looks like finally you are going to see one of the teams being able to overcome one of those weaker investments, potentially. Oh, sorry, no, it was FaZe. I forgot because it was the full buy. I'm confusing myself. Yeah, just the fact that they had such a strong investment is crazy, and yeah, no, they made that look easy. As you said, you haven't seen the team assist being found there a moment ago on towards Esperanto. He was one of the AK players as well. That's what makes that so kind of heartbreaking. He had the weapon that really could have helped him out on towards defending that B bomb site, and it just kind of spirals out of control. FaZe bounce back again. Otto is not going to be allowed to save this AK either, I don't believe. You can see him just trapped in the pit at the moment. Question is how aggressive the FaZe want to go, because ideally they want to try and build up some money in case c0ntact are able to do it again and are able to bounce back and continue the fight, because they will likely buy. I mean, they're looking at a double eco onto at least a couple players. Oh, Otto peeks up. Will he expect a second player on the bomb site? That's actually the op as well, so he ideally at this point just doesn't want to reface. Yeah, a couple flashes in, try and delay those players if they were up close. So the AK gets carried over, that's one positive, but again, back and forth. c0ntact, as I said, 2 players looking at a double eco. They likely buy into this one, and yeah, that's the goal. A scout being dropped over, that's all Otto can afford to really share with his teammates.
And that team damage there that happened on the B site, that's the kind of thing you can laugh off if you're winning rounds, if you have the lead. But it can definitely affect morale to an extent if you're losing. And c0ntact right now are on the back foot, and they've got this weak buy again. So this is the chance for FaZe, and they're going to go for a B rush. Oh, wow, look at those nades. Huge damage across the board. Ship's already with 1 kill, but Olof picks up the much-needed trade frag. And Letney here stuck at the back of the bomb site. He's burning. The Molotov takes him down, but he at least gets 1 kill. And again, the rotate is here, but finally, I think FaZe Clan might have just done enough. Esperanto only on 19 health, but what a scrappy round here on B.
Oh, goddamn. I was so afraid. Even in our previous series earlier on when we had Heart Legion up against Navi, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Of course. We seen that B rush up against the weaker pistols, against the Deagle, kind of costing them against just the weaker investments in general. So I was really scared after that nade done so much damage to Rain, Nico, and Olaf. But now they managed to overcome it. Olaf goes ahead and actually gets his first couple of kills on the board as well. Again, similar to Inferno, he was just kind of chilling for a while. He eventually comes in and gets himself something at least once he's needed. He had a little bit of a slow start for sure here. And could be in trouble right now. Yeah, I mean, 12 health. Okay, that works though. Jumping in and out, just swinging his mouse as quick as he could. Esperanto didn't even shoot. At least I didn't hear any shots being rang off. But yeah, FaZe, they finally do it. They put together 2 rounds. They're able to go ahead and overcome the force buy. Now we do have to just see c0ntact taking a full eco. Apart from a Zeus so far, that's the only investment we see. For Shibs, it's an interesting investment as well. Normally, it's just really what you hope for with the Zeus is that you're going to be able to get a kill and take the weapon. So you really do need a player to be kind of playing individually at that point, because obviously if they're with a teammate, someone's going to be ready to follow up and ensure you won't be retrieving that weapon. And already, Brokey actually find themselves an opening kill there down mid. Finding them as they look to cross over. They actually pushed aggressive into the lower tunnels, which I don't believe they're aware of. But with the Xbox smoke down, they're not really able to spot them pushing up short either. So there's not a lot to be done as they lose control of that A-bomb site. And there's Brokey with a second even.
Yeah, keeping them at range, landing a couple of good shots. Now Nico will close the distance somewhat, but the AK is just chewing them up. The players without Kevlar quickly dealt with. I think it's only 3 body shots needed for the most part. So easy pickings there for FaZe Clan, who have finally got control of this game with a 5-2 lead. And now we're going to get back to some more normal Counter-Strike, I guess. Some actual gun rounds coming through. This is like the first, it feels like, full gun round for both teams. But even then, c0ntact are lacking an AWP, and they've got a FAMAS on Emmy. So there's 1 or 2 weaknesses in there for the CTs. No kit either, for what it's worth.
Yeah, which could be a massive issue. Let's have a look. How many times has the bomb been planted? 1, 2, 3, 4 times so far, at least, that the round has ended with the bomb explosion, or by time, actually. Sorry, one of those was. So 3 might have been a little bit wrong. So yeah, I mean, it definitely is going to be a potential issue. They do come down into a retake. Oh, didn't realize that there was a bit of room actually for Rain to peek around that Molotov apparently, because Esperanto, he was standing out in the open. I think with a knife maybe out. He wasn't prepared at all for that peek to come in. So a good bit of damage in the beginning of this round has been put in favor of FaZe. And also with the pressure they've been shown, they have forced pretty much all of the utility out of the hands of c0ntact. With 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining, all they have is a smoke and 2 flashes left over.
FaZe have much more of a luxury with their utility though, using loads of nades as they move on to this A-bomb site. 4 players pushing up through short, while Olaf lurks through mid. Otto gets 1 kill on the hole, but in comes Rain for the quick swing and the quick trade. Esperanto able to get 1 kill there, but Olaf is cutting off this rotate. Easy kill for the Swede. There's still action on this A-bomb site though. Esperanto has somehow survived this entire time. He's really slowed this down. He's really caused an issue, but finally they deal with Esperanto, and Olaf somehow turns that around. Letney thought he had him in the back, but it's not meant to be. It's Emmy with the FAMAS who's left alone, and he's got the first kill. Olaf is going to peek this. Emmy almost gets a kill onto the second man, but Olaf survives on a slither of health, and now Emmy keeps on going. This FAMAS doing huge damage. It's safe. He doesn't have the kit though, so Olaf can close the distance, and he's got a molly. He's not doing it though.
No idea.
He's not doing it. He's not moving.
Even if he threw the molly now, it wouldn't be good enough. There's not time. balls of steel on Emmy, and unfortunately Olaf making the incorrect decision. He must have presumed there that there was a kid in play, that the bomb was tapped, and that Emmy was slowly creeping over towards short, just because there was still so much time on the bomb. But no, Emmy just went straight for that defuse, and it gives c0ntact their third round. It looked like FaZe were about to continue to just run away with that lead, but no, they fight back into it. c0ntact, they give themselves the opportunity now for the ability to still bring this up into a really good CT side. The issue is they still need to overcome at least one more gun round here, and even after this one, most of the players on FaZe do still have quite a bit of money left over. But oh, that's a decent start. Not the kill on Olaf, but the shot is connected from the off there over towards B, so a bit of damage being found. Oh, and Ships, look at this. Oh, that's risky. There's a small gap, I believe, in that smoke.
I'm not entirely sure why the bomb was planted safe on the site there in the first place. I thought they had the short control because they came from short
maybe
in the
Olaf
first place.
didn't realize. That was really strange. I have no idea.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, is that Olaf didn't seem aware that it was planted safe and that the stick was a possibility. Because he must have heard the defuse, surely.
Yeah, no, he heard the defuse. I presumed that he just, at that point, was taking the gamble that the bomb wasn't being stuck. That he would have just tapped that and then was trying to get a little bit closer to short to hold like an off angle, so Olaf didn't want to show himself. And then when he did pop out, realized, oh damn, he must be on the bomb. It's not planted for me. What am I meant to do? And the answer was there was nothing he could do.
Always a sad position to be in when you know there's nothing you can do to win the round at this point, but that's what happens. c0ntact get their third round on the board, and Brocky, I think it looked like he was lining up a nade there. He's not going to throw it. FaZe are grouping up around this B bomb site though. Smoke going mid to B. It looks likely to be a split onto this B bomb site. And Ships has got the flank, but it's an MP9. Oh, it's a struggle, but eventually he gets the kill.
Yeah, but the issue is the commitment coming into B in the meantime. It's not really that much of an issue as I was gonna make it out to B, because Otto just hits all of the op shots. And despite one trade being allowed back from Brokey, Otto is still chilling in the back of the bomb site on the platform, and Ships, he was ready to rotate in through the door. Finds the final kill, and c0ntact indeed managed to chain together a couple of rounds. Get a bit of momentum going here for themselves. I was expecting Dust 2 to be definitely a lot easier than Inferno in this matchup for FaZe. But, I mean, c0ntact are not off to a bad start by any means, despite actually losing out kind of that initial battle of force buys. They are able to then once again stabilize once they get the full gun round out, and again Otto within the opening seconds of the round has managed to leg down a player for FaZe. Unfortunately not getting these kills, but he's been giving them good advantages early on. They do lose the long control though. They're not going to be able to hang on to it. They don't really want to try and challenge too aggressively.
It gives FaZe a fair few options. They have a couple of smokes if they wanted to try and smoke the cross and push A long. They do have to deal with the man at car, though. There is one Molotov in the hands of Olaf, so this position could be mollied out, and Esperanto has just left it, so that won't be an issue any longer. Very much an A-sided setup here for c0ntact on this CT hold. Letney's being tasked with solo holding B. Ships is even playing in CT spawn, more leaning onto the A side of the map, so c0ntact feel like they have a good read on the situation here. FaZe remain fairly undecided, but with 3 players stacked to A long, it's looking more and more likely that they will commit to this A side of things.
Yeah, especially as they're also trying to find this short control, which, I mean, has been kind of given to them. Not really the case. You do need to see the CT's challenge in this position. Words come out, letters come out. Nico, he's waiting for the bullets to come out of the op right there for Otto, and he manages to bait one out. That gives him the chance to pounce forward. Catches the headshot. Esperanto actually finding one in the meantime, and that nade is massive from Letney. It denies the bomb plant, it slows it down, and now it's a man advantage for the CT side as they work in. The bomb only now being planted. Brokey trapped on that bomb site with low health, and as he's being pushed by both of those CTs, there really wasn't much of a fight that he could put up. 5-5, c0ntact to fought back into this. They have lost a player though, so I doubt they plan on going 4-on-5. Oh, there we go, Esperanto's back. I'm sure your HUD was messed up. Who was a traitor? Who joined the c0ntact team there for a second on the custom HUD?
I didn't quite see. I wasn't fully paying attention to the HUD.
You always get duplicates when someone's out of the server.
Well, they're taking a tactical timeout anyway. Maybe just making sure Esperanto is fully back. That he's not going to end up leaving anytime soon. Double up setup coming out for c0ntact. They've finally brought it to a position where they can afford these 2 AWPs. And it's FaZe who have the money issues with the pistols in this round. I am maybe slightly surprised to see a fair few Tech 9s in there for FaZe. Normally they just love to buy those Deegs and just try and land headshots. But so many Tech 9s suggest we might just see a fast-paced play for them. We might just see some quick aggression, and they might just try and run down one of these bomb sites. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's maybe B, because they've run into quite a few players at the A site in a few rounds now. So a fast B play here might make sense for FaZe. We'll see if that's what they're going for.
Yeah, with the weaker buy, it would especially. Did that smoke just hit a teammate and stop them from covering off
I think so.
the
That
cross?
happens sometimes, even on pro teams.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. It didn't really give them a spot the chance to spot anything, I don't think, on the side of FaZe. c0ntact was kind of around there, but he only had a deagle. So I don't know how much he really would have been able to see. Auto Director is useless for me right now, apparently. Yeah. Ship's unfortunately only able to find the 1 before he sinks over on that B-bomb site, and then Letney as well going to be dropped by the deagle of Cold. This has actually gone pretty well for them. They've traded out into the 3-on-3 as they get control of the bomb site and should be finding that plant pretty easily. Esperanto, though, he's ballsy straight through with the smoke on the other side. It gives him the cover to go ahead and get 1. Delaying the bomb plant, but also dinking down Rain. And yeah, with that from Emmy through the smoke, pretty much seals the round now. Unless Rain pulls off an incredible clutch, which with 9 health is going to be very difficult. I was going to say has the op and was looking to try and face him towards middle, which if he had have done, he would have realized was open and could have ran it to A, but no time was given to him. Instead, the peak just came through from tunnels.
Oh no, the HUD has messed up. It thinks that Esperanto did 1,000 damage in that round, which I don't think he did.
Oh.
Not quite.
Okay.
Unless he...
I'm confused. I was confused that time.
No, not... I mean, unless he killed all his teammates as well, which I didn't see.
Even then, man.
Yeah, no, it was actually over 1,000 for some reason. Hopefully that will all be sorted out now. FaZe, though, it felt like Olaf took a long time to get that bomb planted. I thought he was just going to get the bomb down before he was taken out, but maybe he delayed it slightly. Maybe I'm just misjudging time. Who knows? Either way, I know that FaZe didn't get the plant in the round, which is unfortunate for them, but they brought it fairly close. They've kept c0ntact economy in check ahead of round 12. And they've got a chance now that they're back onto the guns to try and break that CT economy.
Yeah, that is the issue for c0ntact, despite being in the lead, as you said. The economy just being so fragile. If FaZe bounce back with 1, then immediately they would likely be able to find another round off the back of it being up against a very weak investment. So c0ntact, they need to keep this up. If they can actually pull out 10 rounds here on the CT side, that would be fantastic. I would say at that point they're still in contention of being able to make this a 3-map series. c0ntact going to creep out mid. Ships looked like he was ready for it. They might not expect the op to be also up close as well, but it doesn't matter. Rain's able to get the trade. Nico just lurking around short gets 2, and this one's done. Letney's left alone on B. Sure, he gets that 1 kill, but now they realize that, and they're just sprinting that bomb up through the spawn over towards A. Straight through the CT spawn. Now, it was a little bit dangerous. If he had peeked out the door, then maybe he could have spotted the back of them as they were moving in, but of course, as we see, that did not happen. Instead, Letney is running away with the AK. As we pointed out, the economy for them is not looking too good. That 1 rifle in the next round will be a massive boost in comparison to what they'll actually be able to afford. Oh, I don't even think that's going to be allowed. Rain's right below him. Ooh. The nade goes in, doesn't actually do any damage. But now they know where he is. FaZe, though, do they want to send players after him? Look at their own money.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter.
That makes it a bit easier. They don't really have to make that decision because Rain just taps off the head. I like also that Brocky planted on top of the box on the A site after that previous round where Olaf couldn't get the clutch in the 1v1. Just make sure to plant up on top of the box, visible from basically every single position.
He's probably like, all right, guys, it's on the box. Yeah, on the box.
I repeat, on the box. 1 Deeg for Esperanto. $700 invested in this round for c0ntact. So not many chances for them into this one. Esperanto's currently playing close at the mid doors with the Deeg, or I think he might be back in CT spawn. Oh, Emmy with the USP. Lands a dink there. Rain taking a fair bit of damage. Again, FaZe should be fine in this round, but you never know. Oh, good shot lands onto Nico, but he lines up both of them. And there we go. It all falls apart for c0ntact, as you would expect.
Well, that was quick. A bit of damage on 3 players. Unfortunately, if any of those kills really had gone the other way, then maybe there was a chance for c0ntact, but not allowed. Letney's alone with the USP. Obviously, could still maybe catch a couple players. Yeah, he's ran around into the spawn. Will they hear those footsteps? I don't think so. Not quite yet. There is one player now looking, so yeah, they definitely did at this point. Rain, fully focused, has an easy kill on that Kevlarless opponent with a USP. You're not really going to be expecting them to really be able to fault in that fight. So FaZe, they reclaim the lead. They are now up 7-6. We did see kind of a streak of 4 rounds there for Contact, but they need to get a little bit more. If they can add even one more round here on the CT side, 7 is not too bad. Dust 2 is a map that isn't really super biased towards either side. But the issue is for Contact, as they buy back in, it is not fantastic. Again, an issue we've seen a few times for them is that they can't get the defuse kit out. They also have a couple of FAMASs, unfortunately, which is not ideal. But challenging towards long. I was going to say Nico should be falling back now. Decides to go forward instead of back through the Molotov and ends up getting taken down. That's an op now for the CT side. That's a really good recovery. The only issue is they're losing the actual bomb site itself because FaZe have just sprinted straight up short.
Maybe it was the ultimate gambit from Nico. Oh, nice shot from Rain. Otto got one with the ult that was recovered, but instantly Rain is there to make something happen, make sure that he doesn't get away with any more. Still a chance for Contact, but they're pretty slow on the rotate and they don't have a kit right now. Otto didn't drop one either, I don't think, so they're going to have to be very quick if they want to retake this, and Rain just taps away, eventually finds the headshot he was looking for. You can already see Contact getting the hell out of there. They're giving this round away. FaZe are about to get an 8th on the board, and Esperanto, oh no, knife out, not the best position for him. coldzera gets an easy kill. Letney now at least has the information. He will pick up the trade frag, and it looks like 2 guns will be saved for Contact at the very least, but it's not looking too good for them in terms of their money heading into the last round of the half. Here come the auto snipers. Here we go.
Oh, Lord. 2 of them as well, alongside the op. Could they not? Nah, they couldn't really afford any other ones, I don't believe. Rain? Yeah, I was wondering. He does have the AK there. He had picked it back up for some reason.
I feel like these do damage way less often than you'd expect, though. Yeah, there we go. They
Yeah,
just cross safely.
I was going to say, it's kind of... When people are spamming them, they do a rhythm to it. So I feel like the CTs are able to kind of predict it as they're crossing over and manage to avoid it a lot of the time. But yeah, no damage at all being done by them. It doesn't really matter, obviously, to FaZe. They will still have the overall better weapons in this round by a pretty decent amount, with the FAMAS and Deagle, unfortunately, being stuck in the hands, alongside an MP9 there for Emmy, of the Contact players. So it's really not ideal. But FaZe are taking this one slow. Not going to be any B rushes or anything coming in against the weaker buy. We've seen a few teams go for those.
Oh dear. Oh, never mind. Ships just wins that fight. The Molotov lands right on his position. coldzera looked like he was going to do everything right there. And then Ships just gets a quick dink, a quick kill. And now Nico's looking for a way back into this round. Oh, this is dangerous. He's moving in. Quick headshot onto the first man, just hunting down his prey. It's almost like he could smell Otto on the bomb site there. He knew exactly where to aim to get that kill. And Esperanto also caught in the back. Nico's not taking anyone lightly here, as he gets 2 kills on 2A. And Contact have to try this retake, even if it's unlikely. Oh, wow.
Yeah, they have to go for it, as you said. Okay, well, it was unlikely. It's now become a lot more likely with that double kill on the MP9 being found by Emmy. He has the op as well, finds Nico on the cross, and now Olaf pinned in on that bomb site. 1-on-2 at this point, but he's already dinked up, and Ships is not going to let him get away with anything else, as he confirms the headshot, confirms the 7th round for Contact, and as I said, leaves them in a pretty decent position. 7 on the CT side is a spot you can be happy with, but against a team like FaZe Clan, they are going to have to come out firing now on the second half. They're going to need the pistol. They're going to need a strong start. Will they be able to achieve that? Who knows? As always, guys, we are going to go ahead and take a quick break for the halftime, but do stick around. We will be back really soon.
Summertime.
blow up. Doing talent shows and man, everyone will show up. Got in an accident and still made it for them to go nuts. You know what? I'm so what? I'm so That means I can't describe the way I vibe, the way I slide in with the rhymes that make the dimes all close their eyes and fantasize. Young Divine calling their phone number. Yeah. No, you know I love you. And you know me, I can't sleep without blazing beats on stages for their ones gracefully. And I got a smile that they hate to see. Young black successful, though life gets stressful. Though life gets stressful, go and vibe out with whoever you next to.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move. Bringing summer to you.
Oh, ready, let's go. Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. Cause you know like I know. We'll take it round and round again.
Oh, I see the signs and I see we're there. And I feel the lies and I feel the sand. Forever who we are. No matter if we're cast away. A fire in the dark. I know that you won't be where we are again.
After a fairly even first half, it's still anyone's game heading into this CT side for FaZe and the T side for c0ntact. Let's see what they've got. Oh, it's the B rush. This is exactly what FaZe did on the pistol round, and c0ntact are taking a page out of their opponent's book, moving into the B site, and Letney gets the initial kill. There's still a man at the back of the bomb site. Rain also fighting for the site. Oh, Rain with 3 huge kills, and now it's all up to Olof to try and get these frags, and he's doing it. He gets it with the last bullet, and FaZe managed to deny the B play.
Well, that was crazy. Hawk, I'm going to guess you didn't even notice this because obviously there was so much going on. I barely noticed it, but did you see Otto got a knife kill?
I did. I literally had no clue, mate. I was so focused on what was happening on my screen. It was too much.
I barely noticed it either. There was a lot going on there with Rain. But yeah, Otto ended up knifing someone there over towards the box on the B bomb site. I can't even remember who it was he knifed at this point. But yeah, you can see even his economy here, they're in a pretty decent spot. Losing the pistol obviously is a pretty big issue now as FaZe get a kind of firm hold on the lead, especially since this one is an eco. Only really Esperanto decides to buy up a Deagle and some Kevlar. They will have a good buy in the next round overall, but at that point it's going to be 10 already for FaZe. That opening gun round here on the second half is going to be a necessity for c0ntact if they want to start building their way back into this map. And obviously with that into the series, because they are already down by 1 map.
I always feel like there's something kind of baller about just not buying a gun when you go into the second round. Like Nico's got the USP here, because you know your opponents are going to just be on pistols. So you're just like, okay, I can take the USP, probably win these fights. He is going to be tested. Here we go. Oh, Nico. Nice first shot. Ooh, clean kills. It's not Nico on that third man, but it's still nicely done. Rain also helping him out. And FaZe get the double digits, the 10th round that they were looking for. There's that knife coming into play, though. Otto can afford the AWP now.
Yeah, that's what I said. It helps them out massively. Otto being the one especially who got it. Otherwise, they could have dropped it over to him, but he gets it himself. It allows everyone else to buy up their own rifles and utility and such. But it's still not the the perfect buy here. Esperanto obviously having spent a little bit in that previous round is limited to having no nades, unfortunately, behind his AK. Overall, this is the buy that they do need to make work, and unfortunately, that's not a good start. The flash in completely blinded Esperanto. Nico was able to easily achieve the shot with the AWP. Ryan nearly getting caught in mid. Actually takes quite a bit of damage, even a bit of spam as he backed off. But the MP9 is ready. Molotov through the doors, forced forward, and they've just given him the bomb as well.
Brocky was desperately searching for a gun to pick up. The E button was not his best friend there, but he eventually picks up the AK. And yeah, for what it's worth, Nico... Oh, wow, okay. Letney gets a kill on Cold0 over on the B site. I'll hold my point because there could be a chance. What is happening? What? Otto?
What is going on?
What is happening right now? Otto eventually gets flanked out, and Letney has it all to do. It's not going to happen for him. Brocky is in position. I was going to say that Nico having the USP in the previous round is why he could buy the AWP in the first place, and that's why he got the opening pick. So that was kind of cool. But then the round just kind of turned into chaos.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a few of those already so far. Even that pistol a few moments ago was quite chaotic. Oh, that's, as I said, unfortunately, a round that c0ntact did very much need to pick up if they wanted to start building their way back into this series. And losing it now, again, puts them on one of those weaker investments. You have a couple extra players being able to get Kevlar, at least with some Deagles. Overall, though, we're not expecting a lot from c0ntact in this round, and it should be FaZe bringing themselves up to 12. At that point, c0ntact are going to have to make a massive recovery. And on a map like D2, where we were already expecting FaZe to be having an easier time than back on Inferno, you find it hard to believe that they're going to be able to achieve this comeback right now. But you can never count them out. Players like Esperanto and Ships and Otto, they can just pop off out of absolutely nowhere. And even Emmy, he's been playing really well for them.
Ambitious shots actually do a bit of damage onto Rain. I think 2 of those landed to the chest through the door. Normally you'd expect the rifle with its higher output of bullets to do more damage there, and Emmy has been taken down to 32 health. An AWP shot also connecting now. Brokey doing even more damage, and this time it's an AWP shot through the wall, but straight to the head, so it gets the kill straight up onto Letney. And that's the last smoke used by c0ntact. They're not even using that smoke to move up to A. They're actually going back to mid, so no nades left for them. Just the Deags to try and get in this round. There's a smoke there. There we go. Emmy picks up a smoke. That's going to help them. Now they can smoke off CT and maybe make some progress towards B.
As you say that, though, Brokey on the op is going to be the one that they have to overcome, and he's already gone ahead and shut down 2/3 of their remaining attacking forces. It was only Ships left standing. He actually gets spammed through the smoke by a USP as well. That is an unfortunate way to go down. That's not how you want to be dying. True smoke to a USP. Either way, though, it was only the pistols. There was a bit of Kevlar being upgraded for c0ntact. This is as they come back onto the guns, and if they lose this one, it's going to be 14-7 before they see another rifle round. And at that point, the comeback is definitely out of their reach up against a team like FaZe. So this is where they need to make it happen. They have the up again for Otto, but they are going to be going up against a double up as well from FaZe Clan. I was a bit worried there that they were just bringing it straight towards B, but nah, just separating out for the default. They'll look to try and get that control over towards short, where I believe already quite a bit of aggression has been shown by FaZe. Yeah, they tried to get that boost up there to see if they could find an opening kill around short in the beginning. Not able to connect, and it does give c0ntact a chance to move forward. They were able to back those short players off. With that pushing out mid, Rain, though, doesn't want to give them any room to move forward. Flashing through, but Cold0 as he falls on the B bomb site. That's this round done.
There we go. c0ntact finally getting some success in this second half. I was going to say that this was feeling somewhat reminiscent of the first map in that FaZe were taking over once we got to the second half. But c0ntact have at least won one round here in this one. FaZe should be pretty okay to save. I think c0ntact will be fairly focused on their own economy. And okay, never mind. Esperanto walks through the mid doors. Easy shot for Brokey to land with the AWP. Now c0ntact do need to be a bit careful. They're not going to want to lose too many more guns in order to keep their economy strong. Ships can survive here at this car position from the bomb, so he is fine. Wow, he has an AK with only 56 kills on the stat track. It's fresh, it's brand new. Hopefully get some more kills on it throughout this game.
It's still a relatively innocent AK, Haka.
Exactly, it's not seen too much yet.
Even the factory new ones after a while become battle scarred mentally.
Oh. It's so sad thinking of guns as having like emotions. That'll be awful.
We're gonna have like a fake deep spam in the chat or something. No,
yeah, imagine if you were a gun and you were just sentient and aware of what's happening, but you couldn't stop it from happening.
We're just seeing the straight up B rush right now. Oh, c0ntact. That was a little bit of an awkward spray at first. Unfortunately, only gets the one. He then has a player dropping off from above on the boxes and on towards the bomb site. Brokey not able to find anything. I think again they've just been immediately forced to call for the save. That is 2 very quick rounds in a row now from c0ntact.
Yeah, that'll do them. They'll be happy with that. Just a quick B play to get them around. It's always nice when you can win a couple of rounds like this. Just off the back of the fast B plays. And now FaZe, again, are trying to save. This time, they definitely need to save all 3 of these guns to feel somewhat okay into the future round. Again, it's a gentleman's agreement this time. Both teams happy to hold on to their weapons. c0ntact will stick in their territory on the B site. FaZe will stick in their territory over on A long. And Ships is having a great time just standing on top of his teammates' heads. 12-9 though, c0ntact getting themselves back into this game. And the money for FaZe Clan should be fine with those save guns. They can drop some for their teammates. But they've got to figure out what's been going wrong with this B hold here.
Yeah, I mean, in that previous one there anyway, they did try to set up the crossfire between the car and then on the bomb site with Brokey, but unfortunately, since c0ntact was tucked in just on the bomb site, they were able to cross over. They got some players to the platform. They had the ability for the double swing to come in, and since Brokey went down so quickly, and since c0ntact unfortunately took so long to get himself that first kill, it was a little bit of an awkward spray. At that point, they were left in the 4-on-3, or rather, yeah, 4-on-3. And for the remaining 3 players of FaZe Clan, it made the most sense to just go ahead and save again. Right now, though, we're not going to see the initial focus on towards the B bomb site. It is still a quick-paced play, definitely, to kick the round off from c0ntact, but instead they just want to get that long control, get themselves into a spot where they can slow things down now. They can maybe move back and even try and get the short control as well at that, and of course at that point really limit the CTs, then make it very difficult to actually hold that bomb site down. They might actually just leave long here. Yeah, backing completely off, still making a bit of noise. They do have Emmy, I believe, sticking around for the moment. He's trying to clear out car and such, but most of them are moving back through the spawn, as you can see, over towards tunnels, so they are going to go back towards focusing on B, the bomb site that they've been finding the success on over these past couple of rounds. And at the moment, the bomb site which is only being defended by 1 player, and even then he's playing it quite passively from the window.
Yeah, this is a surprisingly passive hold to me, because Rain is pushed up on A short right now. So unless they're very, very scared of A long, surely they should have at least 1 player committing to the B site, but Brocky's still not looking here. Finally, Brocky now commits to the B side of things. He is going to need assistance, though. The push coming in to this B bomb site. c0ntact here to help his buddy out, but Brocky's mollied out of position. c0ntact needs the trade, and he almost gets the double, but Ships is able to keep c0ntact in control of this B site. And unless we see some quick kills for FaZe, they're in trouble here. Olaf tries to do what he can, but it's not happening for them. They lose the B site again, and FaZe should probably save at this point, but the nade is going to land. That's a free kill onto Esperanto. In a 2v3, though, it's still not really possible, especially with another smoke for the doors.
Nah, it hasn't prompted them to go for the retake. As you said, especially with the smoke going down, there really just was so little chance that they'd actually be able to make that retake happen successfully, even with that kill from the nade. So saving over is the best idea. You see c0ntact is on 450. He can be dropped the weapon with 2400 loss bonus coming in. You can see the other players being able to buy for themselves. So FaZe will come back onto a full buy yet again. But c0ntact have now taken themselves 3 rounds in a row. They've been doing so quite convincingly. And as you pointed out in that previous round, the B bomb site has been an issue for them here over these past few rounds. So how do FaZe now adjust to it? But we do have to give props to c0ntact there. The way they took the long control in the beginning, of course, to try and restrict info for FaZe, to make it a little bit easier to try and even pull players off of that B bomb site, knowing, okay, yeah, we've took B now a couple of rounds in a row. FaZe are probably going to try and adapt to that. So let's go long in the beginning and then go B later on in the round, rather than just early like we had the previous couple. And yeah, it worked out really well for them.
I wonder if we're going to see a switch up of the players on that B site at any point. Right now it is c0ntact and Brocky again going back to the B side of things. It's the A-long fights that might be the important ones though. Nades from c0ntact seem to have forced FaZe away. There's very little damage done, but the flashbangs and the smoke have made FaZe uncomfortable, so they've decided to fall back. Miko's hanging around at the car with the AWP here. Otto's just crossed though. Nico's not in the best position, but he lands the first shot. Smoke about to go down. The Molotov lands at Car. Nico smokes it anyway. And now they're going to start to close in on his position. But Nico, oh, the flash was good, but he misses the shot. Gets it second time of asking. And Nico ducks back into the smoke. Somehow still alive. Nico firing on all cylinders right now. A third kill for him on the round. Nearly a fourth, but these Molotovs might be his death sentence. He's still going. Nico with a quad kill on the hold. And c0ntact just can't kill this man.
Yeah, no, he could still get the ace for himself at this point. There is the flank, though, coming in, and also everyone else just getting ready to swing from the bomb site. All right, Otto gets one. At this point, they're like, yeah, let's wait for c0ntact to get into position here on this flank. Let him try and make a play himself, and eventually just have Nico peek out to go ahead and confirm the ace. Indeed, just fantastic. That 4K was insane. The final kill, it was a little bit harder to hype up because at that point, of course, Otto was pretty much counted out of the round. 13-10 FaZe, they bounce back finally with one for themselves after giving away three, conceding 3 rounds in a row to c0ntact. The issue is, in those 3 rounds, c0ntact didn't build up the most amazing economy. They lived with 3 in 2 of them and lived with 4 in the other round. So they got enough money to allow for the buy here, but they've spent pretty much everything into this round. If they lose this one, at that point they are left in a very difficult spot deciding if they want to force or if they want to eco and play for overtime.
I feel like there's going to be a bounty on Nico after that last round. c0ntact have put up a wanted poster on Nico because they're not going to be happy with how that last round played out. But here we go. Nice kill, Esperanto, while blinded. And this B site is continuing to be a problem. They can't do anything to stop this from happening. Resistance is futile on the B site, apparently. Not a single kill for them. And this has got to be concerning for FaZe, because sure, Nico steps up and wins you that round. That's all well and good. But again, it's that B bomb site round after round that's been going against them. This time with a mid to B split, which is definitely much more difficult to deal with. But just those 2 players stuck on the B site there, it's very difficult to hold it down when you've got the split coming into B like that.
Yeah, especially when you were kind of focusing on trying to prep up the B bomb site defense for just the straight up hit, so they kind of had a little bit less focus around mid in general. It's been a tough one from them. Oh, I lagged a bit. I hope you could still hear me right there. I did kind of disconnect from the game for a second. My internet is just being weird sometimes. But yeah, FaZe, they can't afford to keep letting this happen. And if they're just trading back and forth at this point, obviously with their economy being with them being on the CT side, their economy is a lot more fragile. They have to spend that little bit extra to get the full investments. They don't have the ability to be getting bomb plants to boost it up, even if they are losing rounds, as of course the T side would. So this is an awkward spot to be in. With the money that they have available, they're willing now to at least take that 1 eco. They'll confirm a full buy in the next round. And obviously with what they saved over, they do still have a little bit here to work with. Brokey invested into a CZ. Either that or he's dropped by a teammate. Either way, he's not going to have it anymore. c0ntact instead going to be finding that weapon. And here it is, another B play just coming straight in from c0ntact. They are going to swarm the bomb site. They are going to overcome all of the defense. Rain, who's able to get 1 kill before he goes down. But it is 1 round now that's in the difference between these two. That's all that separates them. c0ntact again, making it an overall competitive map, but as FaZe come back onto the full buy, this is where we say, okay, if they get this one, this is when it becomes a reality that they could be bringing this to a 3rd map.
18 seconds is all c0ntact needed to win that round with the B rush. They've got good B spawns again here. I don't think it's going to be the B rush in this gun round, though. And again, it's the same 2 players committing to the B site. A fair few players pushing tunnels for c0ntact, but they're not going to be going all the way through. A long presence gained by FaZe. That's a nice start to the round, because now they can maybe commit some more players to mid and short and maybe even B. If they get this A long control, they don't have to worry about that position. So that would be a really nice start for them to maybe be able to put some of their forces elsewhere, to maybe rotate some players away. c0ntact have replied with some short control of their own, though. And again, nades being exchanged early, but still basically no damage done in this round.
Looking like, again, we're going to see c0ntact focusing probably on towards B. At least at the moment, they do want to try and probe around mid a little bit, see what they can find in that area. They've been slowed down, though, because FaZe are kind of putting a lot more of their players around this area. They're using a lot of their utility as well to ensure that it's not going to be an issue like it has been in these previous few rounds. But the problem is they've used a lot of their own utility now. They only have one smoke and some flashes remaining at this point. And trying to flash in the peak on mid, it does end up costing them. Rain gets dropped by the op of Otto, and that prompts what they're thinking is going to be a B split right now. But of course, that is not the case. They're actually going to bring it up through short. It didn't actually pull rotations off of A as of yesterday. They do still have 2 in position.
Can they get revenge on Nico? The AWP this time holding on the A-bomb site. He's been mollied out, but Olof's here to help him. Olof only gets 1 kill on the hold, and Nico burns to a crisp. Otto's molly gets the kill straight up. And now FaZe are going to have to save again. This time not on the B site, but from losing A without a single kill on... Well, Olof got that 1 kill, but without enough kills on the hold. And now it's 13-13. This game is getting closer and closer by the round.
Surprisingly, what was it? It was 12-7 at one point, I believe, and I was like, yeah, I find that hard to believe that c0ntact are going to be able to make the comeback happen here on a map that FaZe do feel good on. That is the choice of FaZe as well, one that we were expecting them to come in and win pretty much no matter what in the series. But no, c0ntact are making that comeback a reality. They've gotten 6 of the last 7 rounds now, and they have been mostly just abusing the B-bomb site, to be real, but in this round switching it up, using the fact that B-bomb site has been such an issue for FaZe, and using kind of the kind of fact that they know that is going to be in the mind of FaZe to kind of sell out a little bit of a fake and keep 2 of those players in position for so long.
Well, this is a great chance for c0ntact to take the lead. Only 2 rifles saved over for FaZe. Pistols on the rest of the players. This is the kind of round where you can come up with a big adaptation, where you can take a risk in switching up your setup. So we could see FaZe commit some players to B, or we could see them try and fight mid. Making steps here. Oh, yes. Esperanto lines up the wallbang headshot onto Rain, who was just trying to run back to safety. Esperanto says no.
That's a little bit unfortunate. Having mostly just pistols in this round, only the 2 saved the rifles. Obviously, that you want to be able to try and find an opening kill in your favor, not have it going the other way where you're putting the back foot in a 4-on-5. Pretty much being forced to give up the B-bomb site now as well as the c0ntact comes in. I would imagine Brokey just backs away with that M4. What they do have full loss bonus, of course, but it's not like they can really do worthwhile damage because of the fact that c0ntact do have such an incredible economy already. Although you could have the pistols obviously wait around and see if they can maybe retrieve a couple of weapons to just boost up this buy for FaZe a little bit in the next round with maybe some AKs. And obviously if they could get the op, that would be fantastic. But c0ntact have gone ahead and actually claimed themselves the lead now. Map 3 is beginning to actually look relatively likely at this point. If FaZe aren't able to come through with this next gun round, then it probably is confirmed. Nuke, I think, definitely would be an interesting one between these 2. I don't know really what I'm going to be expecting of c0ntact on it, if I'm being honest. I don't know if they'd be able to really get the win, even if they do manage to bring it to map number 3.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain I remember casting one of their games on Nuke, and I don't think I was too impressed from what I remember from the c0ntact side. Whereas
to be fair, their D2 stats aren't great either.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. They haven't played Dust 2 a single time in this tournament, though. All the games are from a fair while ago.
Saving it for this moment, maybe?
Maybe.
Until they were 0 and 6 in groups.
Well, this game isn't over yet. Double AWP setup out for c0ntact on their T side here. Again, a fair few players over at B tunnels. I think Ships is just looking for the pick with the AWP, and if he got it, then maybe they commit to B. But it's still the same setup for FaZe. They're not budging. They're sticking with coldzera and Brokey on B. This is clearly what they've practiced, so you can understand why they're sticking with it. But if they lose B again, at some point you've got to feel like maybe it is worth changing it. Maybe it's worth putting an AWP here or something. We'll see, though, because c0ntact might not commit to the B site this time round. They're currently focused on the mid control, and FaZe kind of fighting for short, so that might be where the first engagement comes through in this round.
Yeah, very likely. There's 2 players, as you pointed out, for FaZe that are looking to try and challenge. Oh, did Esperanto not spot him initially? I think the gun actually may have been blocking it, the view model just a small bit, but with Nico, of course, being completely blinded, he still could manage to recover in time. Rain is then forced down into the spawn as well, actually getting tagged up quite heavily. Still finds the kill on Otto, but trying to swing back in too many players they're actually peeking them, and c0ntact have done it. They've already confirmed the I was gonna say they've already confirmed the 15th round. Ships was lurking out on B. 3-on-3, do they want to go for it now? Actually, they may want to. They have the kits, they have a little bit of utility, and the bomb is only being planted.
Yeah, they're at least going to have a look to see if there's a way into this round, at a minimum. Emmy's got another smoke here, which he's going to drop on himself. Just sitting on the ramp. Here comes the push. Flashbang blinds Brokey. That was his teammate's flash, but the time is really, really low now. Esperanto gets a kill. Brokey eventually pulls the trigger, but it's not happening for FaZe. They try the retake, but try as they might, they can't get back onto the A bomb site. c0ntact take a 15-13 lead and 2 map points here.
What is going on, man? This has been crazy. FaZe have got, what, one of the last 9 rounds, I believe it's been, have gone in their favor. This has just been incredible. Yeah, no, sorry, one of the last 8. I was right the first time. Why did I doubt myself? God damn it, Hawkin.
Never doubt
yourself. But it could be one of the last 9. Maybe I was just predicting that c0ntact they're going to close this out 16-13.
It wouldn't be a bad bet at this point, based on that recent record of rounds you were talking about. A-long control has been given away for free in this one. FaZe Clan not fighting for this area of the map. Nico's got the AWP on short. He's pushed all the way up. So at some point, you've got to think that FaZe will realize that this A-long play is definitely a possibility. I think they're just assuming that c0ntact will use some nades if they try and push from long, though, and that will give them a bit of a heads up and give them a chance to rotate back around. Look at the minimap, though. The B tunnels push is coming in. That's going to be all the information that FaZe Clan need. They must know this is an A-long play now.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Rain actually drops the molly at a pretty good time. It won't be able to do a lot, unfortunately. Okay, actually, some damage being done. Yeah, there was smokes down on it. It actually didn't extinguish it. You're seeing Letney getting burned down. Emmy taking a decent amount of damage as well. And yeah, FaZe have set themselves up. They have a good idea about where this hit first is going to be coming in at this point as the bomb is just about to be planted. But they're losing players. c0ntact have already gone down into a 3-on-5. They have no idea that Olaf is on the bomb site pretty much alongside Emmy. Smoke down the long flank from Brokey, and this round is done. FaZe have gone ahead and finally gotten themselves another. They do so really convincingly, which is a good sign. It's what they needed if they want to have a full buy in this next round. Otherwise, if they dropped to like a 1-on-1 or whatever, they could have been limited in weapons. But they still need one more, and that's just to confirm the overtime.
2 AWPs now for FaZe Clan as well. That'll be interesting, because coldzera is going to be AWPing probably on the B side of the map. That's where he's been playing in most of these rounds. And you can definitely see a world where c0ntact try and go back to B to close this out here in round 30, because they've had a lot of success there. So I'm interested to see if coldzera's AWP has any impact on how that B site gets played out. Maybe it will help FaZe lock down that side of the map. We'll wait and see if that's where c0ntact are even going, though, because they are the ones who have to make up their minds here in round number 30. We go the distance on Dust 2, and c0ntact are just rushing up mid. They are very decisive here.
Oh! Esperanto taps the head of coldzera towards the window. Brokey and Rain, though, pulling back 3 kills on mid. What the hell is going on? Rain cannot be stopped. Otto tried to swing in, but with the yop, he wasn't able to ring off the shot quite in time. Rain, he reigns on the parade here of c0ntact, as they are indeed going to be forced to fight to send it to a map 3 in an overtime instead of being able to close it there in the regulation.
Yeah, c0ntact overlooked just that one position, that one little spot that you can push through the CT smoke and be safe in, and Rain makes them pay for it with all those kills. It was such a nice shot from Esperanto as well. That was against the AWP of coldzera, who was just holding from window. You think that that's the way in. You think that's the way they're going to get onto B, but Rain realized he had to do something. He couldn't just leave Brokey out to dry on the B bomb site alone, and he helped his teammate out in such a big way. And now we go into overtime. Here we go. Double AWP on the CT side will continue to come through. Otto has one for c0ntact as well. And we get a nice slow start to this round. After getting shut down in that previous round, c0ntact aside, they're not going to go quite as quickly this time.
Yeah, slowing things down just a small bit here now. Knowing obviously that FaZe won't have any worries at all with their economy. Are we seeing aggression in tunnels? Yeah, O-Director wasn't showing it to me, but I did notice it myself. I came over just as you actually did see a little bit of contact there. Letney baited out the op shot, so he knows that they were pushing up at this point. But so far, no kills to be found. At least until Nico peeks in towards middle. Able to drop Otto, wins out the op duel, and gives FaZe a good start here into the overtime.
Nico's AWP can't hold this A site now, though, so the A short push is coming in. He's trying to flash his way back in. Nico's not going to be very comfortable here. With the AWP, he's got to be in trouble. Shots landing, and Nico's stuck behind that smoke. A-long control is here for FaZe Clan, and here comes Olof. Oh, Letney, how does he not hear those steps? Olof gets the flank onto Letney, catching him off guard. And now c0ntact have a lot of work to do to hold this site in a 3v5.
Not going to be an easy task, especially with no utility at all. I think they have used everything. Yeah, none remaining. They end up getting blinded, actually, as the flash comes over. Long Rain just has an easy time cleaning up two of them, and with the help of Nico, they will indeed be able to close that round out. FaZe, they do strike back after being able to pull back 2 rounds in a row to force it into the overtime. They have gone ahead and picked up the opening round for themselves as well, reclaiming the lead. Position that we've seen them lose a little bit back. And it can, the economy can still become a worry here for c0ntact if they're to lose this round. Going into the following, into the final one of this first half of the overtime, they could then be struggling onto a couple of players. It wouldn't be too big of a deal. It's more so on the CT side where you have to worry about it. But you would see, obviously, Otto, who's been buying up the ops, unfortunately being stuck onto a pistol, most likely. Or maybe an SMG. So, ideally, c0ntact, if they want to have a good chance of recovering this half, they do want to be picking this one up. Otherwise, you could see FaZe even having a chance to sweep up all 3 CT rounds.
Look at some of the fragging numbers on FaZe. Nico at 30 kills, Rain at 29, but it's Emmy who's got the first kill of this round. Olofmeister trying to fight for A-long. The flashes weren't good enough to get him across to pit safely. c0ntact, well, it's a 2-man lead. Ships just taking fights through mid. Maybe going a bit too far as Rain eventually gets the refrag. And there are still 2 CTs on this B side of the map, and c0ntact seems somewhat aware of that. They're moving up through short. Brokey's there to stop them, but Otto picks up the trade, and now the A site is compromised. This is going to be a free bomb plant for c0ntact as soon as this molly fades.
Oh, Rain finds Otto as he peeks in towards long. Now that's given actually a really good position for FaZe indeed in this 2-on-2 because they have the long control. They also have c0ntact who's going to be working up through short. The only issue is, obviously they can't really help each other out. It's going to come down to them winning out their individual fights. You see the T's are focused together right now. Esperanto watching for the short peek. They have Emmy then watching to ensure that that player crossing over long will be challenged, but he was able to actually make it over without being spotted, I believe. On the bomb site, c0ntact pops out from short and is going to take down Esperanto, and now it's all on Emmy. He's in such an awkward spot. Trying to get back up to stop that defuse was pretty much impossible, especially as c0ntact just peeked back in.
Yeah, just not the best position for Emmy to be in to try and play the bomb there, unfortunately. Nicely done by FaZe,
short.
though. Yeah,
it would have made sense if they went and tried to get the short control rather than dropping down and trying to hold it from CT, because they knew there was one player on long, so I figured, yeah, once they started walking in that direction, they were going to just go get short together to play from. But they dropped. That was a strange decision. They still have a pretty good buy here thanks to the bomb plant.
Interesting switch up of the orbs. Oh, wow. What a shot from Nico. Very quick on the trigger, spotting Esperanto. I was about to say that c0ntact, who had been AWPing, has given it over to Brocky this time, but I don't know if that's going to matter, because Nico's AWP apparently is the one to watch, as c0ntact's rifle also comes into play through the smoke. Nico lands a shot again, that's the bomb drops, and Nico hungry for more. He lands that shot just before going down. Great work again from Nico with the sniper, and Rain will tap away to close out the half. Perfect half for FaZe Clan. They get every single round there.
Yeah, flawless CT. They need one more round. The magic number is 19 to go ahead and close out the map. And in the case of FaZe, close out the series and take it 2-0, leaving c0ntact unfortunately sitting 0-7 in the group. As we had pointed out, obviously this matchup doesn't have any effect on the kind of groups anymore. FaZe have won all of their games up to this point, so they've confirmed their first spot. No matter what, but there is all the other games that are going on, which I haven't actually kept up with. We will have to have a look over there in a moment and see how they've gone, but right now, a fight over towards long is the goal for FaZe. They flash out, they get a 1-for-1 trade initially, and give themselves a position where they can probably just slow this down now, because they have so much time. A 1-for-1, as has been mentioned, I'm sure, many times by every single caster, is going to be favorable for the T side. Oh, hang on. Ooh. Oh, the timing for Ships. I was going to say he could pull one back. They're going to be caught off guard. He actually manages to get the kill. How the hell is Esperanto the one who dies there?
Yeah, that's crazy. FaZe have got to overcome a 2v3 then. c0ntact and Brokey left in this one. Cold Zero solo pushing mid. Oh, Ships was very low on health there. One shot would have done it. But it's all on Brokey with the AWP moving up to the A site. There's maybe some fights he can take, but the Molotov gives away his position. He's looking to try and find a fight that's favorable. The Molotov gives him enough cover so he can cross behind the car. Oh, Brocky's really trying to... Okay then, nice shot from Brocky. I was going to say trying to play the mind games here, but now he crosses to the bomb site safely just as Ships goes off the angle. Fake plant from Brocky. Second shot is good, and it's into the 1 versus 1 against Letney. Letney's flanking from long. Brocky's not ready for this right now. He's looking at short. Oh, Brocky, he does check long. He gets the information. And now Brocky is just going to go for it. He goes for the fight and wins it. Huge 1v3 from Brocky to close it out. Beautifully done. And FaZe Clan take it over the line in overtime.
Yeah, and an incredible kind of mini comeback of their own to go ahead and get to 2-0 after being in a fantastic position up 12-7, letting that kind of slip away, being down 15-13, pulling it back to the overtime and not dropping another round. Overall, though, I think c0ntact can be kind of happy with how that performance went. As we said, getting the win doesn't make a difference to their placements or anything here. It would have been nice, but they can still kind of look at that as, okay, we had our moments and we also have a lot to learn from if we look back over that game. And hopefully with that, they'll be able to improve even further. But yeah, FaZe, they get it in the end. It was a kind of strange game. Honestly, they should have been getting that more convincingly, and I don't think they're going to be incredibly happy with that. But maybe it's down to the fact that, again, there really wasn't all that much on the line. Yeah, also, online CS, that stuff's just mad.
Very true. And even then, like, Nico was playing very well. He got 34 kills, 17 deaths. Rain was having a good game as well. So clearly their individuals were still showing up. And that's, I guess, what took them over the line in the end. Quite a few big rounds from Nico. I mean, Brokey at the end there, winning a really impressive clutch on the AWP. So all in all, FaZe doing well. c0ntact definitely competing with them. Good to see some of the players show up on the c0ntact side, especially Esperanto in that first map, but not enough for them here today. FaZe Clan take it 2-0. And that is going to be us done for the day, Dean. You reminded me rather, to shout out our caster command or Twitters or whatever. I don't remember what you asked me to do. I think it was ! Casters
You're
in the
a horrible cello.
Dude, I'm really bad at this. You can tell I'm not good.
I'll cello. Fine, I'll do it. Exclamation mark casters in the chat, guys. It's that easy. I think exclamation mark caster might work as well. I think there's a couple of different options. So whatever you're feeling at the moment, if you do want to actually throw us a follow if you enjoyed the casting. But yeah, no, I enjoyed this Hawkeye. It was good. Of course, we've been doing the last couple of weekends together whenever Mitch has been running off and ditching me. And don't tell him, but I prefer you.
I'll never ditch you, Dean. Don't worry. I would never do that to you. Well, thank you guys for watching. It's been a good one. There's plenty of games still going on over on the other streams, so check those out. And other than that, we'll see you next time.
To get by Nico. Die with the god! Go to hit this. On the ramp though. He knows he's there.
Son intelligence de jeu, même quand il avait 6-7 ans, c'était assez incroyable.
Donc au début, on était meilleur que lui.
Je pense qu'il a, c'est à partir de ses 14 ou 15 ans qu'il a commencé à être meilleur.
Au début, quand il perdait, c'était un très mauvais perdant. Hein.
Oui, je me souviens très bien qu'il cassait beaucoup de souris.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Last year, we took 2 lucky winners on a trip to Berlin and gave them the experience of a lifetime. This year, we can take you for a trip to Rio. Take part in a series of gg.bet contests for a chance to win awesome prizes and a trip to Rio. See details on the website.
Right from the start, I say the end. A world torn apart, but I know we're meant forever hold. No matter if we're cast away, a fire in the dark. I know that you love me will again. was born like a fire in the eye of a hurricane. Always told, stay in line, be alright, better play it safe. I walk a different path, nothing can hold me back. I've passed the point of no return, something is calling me. It's in the air that I breathe. Bring me back to life again. Let's get it. Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive.
Fly so high they can't touch us. So top notch, none above us. We done came so far, now we up now. Had a vision, stuck to it, never back down. Never had much, now we own the whole thing. Spread it all around the world, watch it all change. Came alive, now they all see the greatness. Light shine so hard they can't take it.
Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive.
Come alive.
I walk a different path, nothing can hold me back. I passed the point of no return, something is calling me. It's in the air that I breathe. Bring me back to life again. Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive.
Under peach yellow skies, dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by, wishing we run away.
All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after.
We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Book a plane, fly away. We will never be the same. And as long as you are mine, come on and run away. We wanna run away.
We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after.
We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. slow down. I'm running out of time, and as long as you're mine,